How long has it been? Minutes? Hours? It doesn't matter. Only the present deigns bring itself to your mind. You're not sure if it's even behind you still. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the next step, and the next, and the next. A body pushed far beyond its limits, where empathy for the flesh has fled in the pursuit of survival. It is not by choice that you bring yourself to the terminal next to the door, but by pure muscle memory. The door is closed. You could feel it before you reached it. Must open. But as you plunge your mind into the machine, as you merge with the network and explore its seas, a message in a bottle floats up to your ship. It is not by choice that you open the bottle. It is not by choice that you memorize its message, translate its code. Just pure muscle memory. As the camera fades to black. To explain to chat what just happened, this is what you, the viewers, have unlocked by translating the cipher that was hidden in and around the videos of last episode. You essentially issued a warning to 66B, at least this 66B. And we'll see, and they have memorized this message and will become fully aware of it once they rejoin with themselves.
I can now legally respond to that shit. Thank you guys. Oh my god.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that
Indeed,
rules.
indeed. But we have more things to pay attention to.
That's so fucking cool. Thanks, chat.
It's always in those moments that I lose track of where I wander.
Oh no.
Time slows to a crawl. My mind always turning back to the pain. How long has it been? Minutes? Hours? It doesn't really matter. I used to be able to breathe through, to focus. I know it will pass. It always does. But in the moment, the pull of oblivion feels so strong, and I feel so tired. Are you waiting for me, I wonder, at the side of that keeper of yours? Do you hate me still, I wonder? I still think fondly of you, even after all these years. But the memories, they have grown dull, the color fading from those happier times like an oil painting under a turpentine rain. The faces all melting into the same one I don't recognize, one I fear. It calls for me, you know, serenades me with promise of rest, with promise of something easier, something more comfortable. So I wander, I exist, I endure, letting my world collapse on itself, looking at it through a keyhole, hiding in comfortable pain and solitude. Everything so far away. The little things vanishing in this darkness of my own creation. The important things losing their shine. Maybe Maybe I fought too long for a place so desperate to slip through my fingers. Maybe my dreams were just a weight chained to my heart. Maybe I should just let go. Oh, it's you. The camera does not continue here. It moves somewhere else.
That was fire!
In bittersweet limbo, a still somewhat peeved Madison Hill awaits for the day to end. She goes and vents around the place, did all the tasks that needed to doing, except one last one. It's time to update their quota, after all. She moves to deadlocks. Let me show where we're at. So, we managed to get, thanks to the last job, 3 ticks in the money clock, and thanks to Dr. Bench's expert negotiation, 2 ticks on the power clock.
Oh my god, fool that I am. It hasn't changed my map for me yet. There we go. Hold on, let me go.
Oh, okay.
I was not rejoined as player. Swap me over.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Okay, let me, I will just move party here. There we go. Did that work?
Yes! Okay.
Okay, lovely. So yes, if you look at the clocks, they are now updated.
Yay!
As she finishes the process, suddenly a door opens to the east. Let me just fangle things real quick. As a skeleton moves in, he sort of stomps in rapidly.
Oh.
Ah! Madison Hill! Perfect! I have a question for you. How can I help, Mr. Booth? I was exploring the catacombs with 66B, but a cave-in had us have to take quite the detour. I managed to find my way back, but it seems we got separated. Did they make it back?
I'm pretty sure I saw them earlier with their usual entourage, yes?
Ah! Wonderful! That has me reassured!
The skeleton thinks hard. Something strange is happening. He was pretty certain to have trapped the giant with the deformed below. This complicates things. He would either have to go into hiding or work quickly on his search. But, like a boon from fate itself, over to the west, the door opens, and a duo comes in.
Oh. Oh god.
No.
Oh no.
Sorry to barge in bleeding on your floor, but could I ask for Dr. Bench? Quickly, if possible. We've been walking a while. Oh my goodness. What? Who? Right. Questions later. Yes, of course.
I'll call him this instant! Don't you worry!
As the skeleton... As the skeleton looks at the duo, something clicks.
Oh.
What the flip?
Oh no.
He takes out his phone.
I'm calling him immediately, friends! Do not worry!
He would have to work fast. This opportunity could not be wasted. Get this job done, and then disappear. He should be down to the church, I believe, says Madison Hill.
Aha! Hello! Owen Booth speaking. Yes, I do have something important to say. Do not hang up, please! Right. Yes, I have a wooden man here in need of help, asking for Dr. Bench himself. Yes, I understand things are complicated right now, but... Understood. Yes, that works, I do believe. Wonderful.
He hangs up the phone.
Alrighty, friends. It seems like rat-related problems have arisen, and Dr. Bench needs your help, Madison, to find them on this floor so he can take care of this man.
Ugh. Great. What did they do?
Something about important visitors and stealing!
Ugh.
As for you two, my friends, follow me. I will take you right to him.
Sorry, Miss Thorpe. It seems you have to help me walk for a little longer.
That's quite fine, Mr. Welch.
Alrighty then. Onwards, eastwards.
But the camera does not follow this
Oh!
trio.
Cutscene fear, cutscene fear,
Cutscene fear, cutscene fear, cutscene fear!
Instead,
I'm not
we find
supposed to be on the other
ourselves
side of this.
here. The young man sort of sits on the bed, while the older fellow sits on his office chair, while I assume you, like, vaguely sit on the books.
Just a little bit. Sorry to make you do all of the work. Again, just kind of looks down at the keyboard, just like
That's just fine. I am curious, however, why exactly did you need to talk in private?
there's I was wondering if there was some kind of a database that might keep track of current and previous necromancers.
In our specific chapel?
In general?
Ah, that would be a little bit harder. As you know, there's not really a overall hierarchy in Libra. Therefore, each chapel is independent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be part of here. I suppose it's worth at least trying to check. And at this point, there's a moment where she smiles a little to herself. I actually have a name as well as a face.
Oh, wonderful. Well, if you give me that name, I sure can try. I can try to. Back in Gate 4 if you want me to. At least we'll try. Well, just we'll have 2 districts to come, I suppose.
Can't really hurt. Peter is the name. If it helps at all, currently a zombie.
And do you have a family name?
I don't remember if she heard the K part.
I don't think she did.
No, just Peter, and she'll give as much of a physical description as she can.
Well, that will make things a little bit harder, but there's no harm in trying. He steps up to the computer, kind of like, with you being on it, shoves the book slightly out of the way and then gets to work. Samuel actually pipes up from behind him. Again, why was that? Why the need for secrecy?
It's not really. She just pauses and shrugs. I suppose it's just not really something that I want to get into in front of the others. I don't know how sensitive they would be about looking into another necromancer.
I suppose some necromancers could become quite protective, yes. And I guess they don't know you as we do. Makes sense. Right. I'll try to do it discreetly then when I'm back home. Kinda scratches at the back of his head.
How are you, by the way? And at the gate, looks over at Sam.
I'm doing good. I still under apprenticeship. But Necromancer Nephilim is a very good mentor. And yeah.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot under him and managed to, well, as you have heard, make quite the difference. It's been very... I've been thriving, I guess, is a way to put it.
That's actually very good to hear. What do you think of? She pauses. She's trying so hard to be like normal about this. And what do you think about Necromancer Nephilim?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, he's quite the wonderful guy. He was at the origin of all the efforts towards the ousting the mafia family in Gate 4. It was quite the undertaking. They were pretty securely rooted in and managed to, make the people afraid. So, yeah.
So it was his idea to start all of that?
From what I understand, yes. He was already there when I transferred. Actually, at his sort of request, not for me specifically, but for more necromancers to show up to Gate 4 and transfer over there, regardless of rank. We needed a lot of hands, and that's exactly what we got. Church came forward, as always.
Seems rather unusual for the church to become so involved in that kind of thing. She kind of glances over at William before looking back at Samuel.
William sort of nods and kind of sets up like a automatic search on the computer, turns around to face Samuel. Indeed, it is quite irregular. Okay, I can't help but feel some sort of judgment coming towards me right now. I feel a little bit cornered. I'm not gonna lie.
The irony of this situation is not lost on B, but she's not going to say shit about it. It's not judgment, more honestly concern. No, it's just unusual, isn't it?
We're just making sure that you're not getting in over your head, Samuel. I'm not. I am not. I went in there knowing fully what could happen. I embraced the risk. And yes, it's unusual, but also the situation was unusual. It was necessary. There is another leader in Gate 4 that is more on the civilian side, and her hands were completely tied. She could not do anything. They had too much control over the people's fear. They would not move. They needed a sort of external force to come in and help, to make them feel like they had support. And you said it yourself, he points at William. This is what the church is all about. We're supposed to help the people, serve the people. That's what I did. That's what we all did back in Gate 4. Like, yeah, maybe the means are slightly different, but the goal is the same.
The goal is the same, yes. But what is the outcome?
The outcome is that we ousted that family, and now Gate 4 gets to rebuild and be free of their fucking influence. You have to understand, it was downright medieval in there.
Do you know where the Toscanos are right now?
Admittedly, I don't.
They're here, Sam.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. Of course they're here. Of course
I don't know if it's the whole of the family, and I don't know if it's... I don't know how long they've been here, but they have been here long enough to establish a rivalry with another gang. And they're already making moves to try and influence the district.
William sort of pipes up. Thankfully, rivalries between various families and gangs has been something that the whole city had to endure for quite a while now, but it doesn't change the fact that now they're here and they're making desperate moves. Yep. That sounds right. That sounds right with my fucking luck. I need to like tell Necromancer Nephilim about that.
She starts to say something and then just nods.
Right. I'll be right back. He gets to the door, quickly moves through it and leaves, leaving you alone with William for a bit.
I really hope he's not going to start blaming himself for this.
He absolutely will. Unfortunately, that's not something we can control, nor should we.
William,
Hmm.
when Sam left
Mm-hmm.
2 months ago, you knew what was happening.
I did.
You knew what was happening there, and you didn't tell me.
Indeed, I did not tell you, because Samuel asked me not to. It was a personal request. He made me promise, and so I made good on my promise.
She watches him for a bit, and there's a tension in her. I know that you are good at keeping secrets, but it doesn't make it easy when those secrets are being kept from me. Admittedly, rather frustrating.
He arcs an eyebrow at you. Are you perhaps asking for some preferential treatment? Privilege, perhaps, over all the other people that I keep secrets for?
That's not.
Do you consider yourself to perhaps have the right to know what other people wish to keep for themselves while keeping your own life in the dark?
She watches him for a moment and then looks away. That's not what I'm saying.
But it's what you're asking.
It's. Admittedly, it is frustrating because I know that I can trust you with my secrets.
You can.
I just. There's almost a harshness to her laugh as she watches him, and there's a second where she kind of unconsciously leans forward like she is about to share another secret, and then shakes her head and, still leaning towards him, looks away. Sometimes I just wonder if I can ever trust you with anything else.
He sort of puts a hand on your shoulder and sort of gently caresses. That, unfortunately, my dearest friend, is our lot to bear in a city like Libra. I cannot make this decision for you, and I can only show respect by not trying to sway you or one way or the other. This is your decision to make, and I will respect it no matter what it is. At this moment, when you are both touching and very close to each other, the door opens and a certain young man's like, "Oh, am I like interrupting something? Sorry, I can come back later."
Immediately jerks back, just jumps a little bit out in her not skin, just like, hi, welcome back. How's it going?
Right, I can come back.
No, you're
like,
fine
later.
to go ahead and sit. How did they take the news? What's
I suppose. Well, Necromancer Nephilim is pretty deep in conversation right now, so I didn't quite tell him, but I told everybody else. Definitely a lot of. Well, they kind of reacted like me. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna try and figure this out. Considering what we're demanding of your district, we'll probably try to help out with that, I imagine. But in the end, it will be Necromancer Nephilim's decision. At that moment, there's a little beep from the computer as William Crane turns around. No results in this chapel. Very sorry, B.
Well, I guess it was a bit of a long shot.
I suppose so. I am curious, Samuel. What sort of conversation would have your mentor so engrossed that he cannot give you the sort of attention for a dire matter like this? And the camera zooms away, fading into a different place.
So I have a question.
Now is your chance. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question to ask first because I wanna honor chat's little heads up more than anything else. would the fine necromancer in front of us count as a Knight of Ink?
No. You can see, basically he has pins on
Yep.
his medals, almost on his cloak. And you see the emblem of Knights Hospitalier. A very quick, what's the term? Very quick search on the internet, which one that I can just say you've done at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Revealed that the Knights Hospitalier are like born and raised in Libra and its region from very long time ago, as most orders are. Pretty old, but like it's Libra based.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you again, chat. We ain't falling for this one yet. Perfect. Okay, so we can open up and be a little more honest. Or I can be as honest as I wanted to be in the conversation without adjusting. Nice. Okay. So with that information in mind, 66B has more or less, as the camera pans over, it catches up as 66B concludes describing their circumstance. The beheading, memories, the shape, literally they just
Oh,
run.
everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
they're gonna run through.
The man in front of you sort of takes his good hand, scratches at his beard.
It is a very peculiar situation indeed. You certainly deserved the title of anomaly.
It has
I will
been-
say... Please continue.
It has been troublesome to figure out a basis for these memories, but, when I saw you from the far side of the chapel, I felt some sense of familiarity. Genuinely. Thank you for hearing me out on this matter.
Obviously, I may be in reserve for my order, but we knights have to stick together.
Smile.
He sort of shifts in his seat a little bit, puts his cane in front of him to sort of support himself as he thinks deeply. He takes a good look at you. He has been doing so throughout your explanation, but he does it again, making sure to take in your armor specifically.
You do have the air of a knight for sure. You have the stature of one as well. Even, let's be honest, more impressive than most. Which makes sense with memories of ink, as far as I know. However, I don't recognize the technology that is part of your power armor.
They're not. They reach down and almost, space begins to twist in front of them. Rivulets of darkness coming and focusing towards a single point, and they manifest their Knight's Blade. Indeed. Similarly, I am able to draw this out of the nothingness, despite not having any keen memories of how to do so, or even how this technology enables this.
That also is unknown to me.
This is not something I have heard of any knight order, including the Knights of Ink. Swords are indeed part of tradition, but they are enchanted objects given by the church. A blessing of some sort, just like a lot of the wards on the armor and the technology. This is... I don't know what this is. He kind of just half smiles at you.
I think, God, 66. Okay, no. We got stats for this. we got a rich internal world. We got me needing to kick the roll 20. Hold on a sec.
Oh shit.
No.
As you do
it's
that,
fine.
he basically kind of
yeah.
continues of like,
It's interesting. I would have expected with your story that there would be sort of an empty space on the armor for an insignia. Insignia, something that would have been ripped out or defaced, but not really. You do have a medal, but it's blank, almost like it was on purpose.
Oh. Perhaps something more developmental in that case. Like something experimental that didn't have time to be properly minted in the field. Like, it was an award meant to be given to someone, a particular prestige, or they muse to themselves aloud, trying to think through. Yeah, we're back. Okay, cool. Trying to think through the exact purpose of this. And? Oh, okay.
I guess based on just what you said,
Yeah.
he kind of goes, that wouldn't make sense, I suppose. Your armor, its colors, its build, it's more discreet than your usual knight. Knights are supposed to represent their order. They are rays of hope in the wild. We show up when the monsters come. There is no trickery, there is no stealth.
That clicks with them. Their weapon of choice, the one that came as natural to this armor and the one that was supplied alongside of it, a sniper rifle. Something not that you would expect for somebody of this build and stature, but rather something that's best held discreetly to deal with high priority targets from an extreme distance. The lack of insignia may be intentional then.
Potentially. Even your build might be the sign of something like that. The Knights of Ink, specifically, are some of the biggest individuals that I have ever encountered. Even bigger than you. I'm pretty sure the average Knight of Ink stands at an 8 feet tall.
Jesus.
They are quite large as well. Nothing about a Knight of Ink presents discreet or humble. If you were to ever see one, you would understand how loud they are supposed to be.
And they think to themselves how naturally this armor, despite being so large, it only turns loud when it comes to sprinting, engaging in brutal face-to-face combat. A lot of the time, they can glide quite quietly. Putting two and two together, they actually lean in, a look of concern sort of darting across their face. In that case, perhaps I was overshooting with the experimental angle. Perhaps the lack of insignia is very much intentional. A knight with the same technology, as well as the abilities, the training, and the ability to disavow all knowledge of them. I worry what my purpose was here.
I understand said worry, and I will be honest, I share it. Part of me hopes that you were the only one.
Oh god. 66B, time for a fucking character moment. Yeah, okay, cool. Red Stat showing up and, as a source of relief for once in my goddamn life. They sort of put their hand to their chest, looking at the holes that have been singed through. Regardless of what my allegiances were before, Libra is my home now. The idea or the thought that before I arrived here, I may have wished it ill. It's deeply disconcerting, and I actually begin to worry what recovering my memories might entail. Their voice grows gentler, actual concern behind the bravado. Fades away, and you sort of see the genuine fear whirling around inside of 66B. Not much scares them. Some deep and buried impulse inside of them drives them forwards towards combat. They have no fear of risking their own life, but the idea that they were going to use this power to potentially harm this place that they've come to care about so much, that genuinely frightens them.
See that we think alike. I will say that the discovery of you, merging with the sudden appearance of an ink convoy in the city, is not necessarily helping with my worry. Perhaps a strange request, but could you remove your gauntlet for me? Show me your hand.
They nod and hand it over immediately, and then look back over at Mouse, almost for like a second look or a second opinion.
So are you undoing the gauntlet?
Yes.
So it's empty.
Yes.
Immediately I was like, huh. That is not what I was hoping, I must admit. Is this always like this?
No, I apologize for the confusion. My body is currently attending to another task. We can operate autonomously in some instances. It will be back soon if you wish to examine the body itself.
So you're telling me that you can be in two places at once, and one of you can essentially look like a normal person.
They
Or should.
They shake their head. No. The missing head is unfortunately uniform throughout. I will not look normal to most people. At least, I mean, I suppose I'll look normal from the neck down, but even then, it will still be quite conspicuous.
And do you think that that specific ability is part of your anomalous existence, or was it there before?
They pause. They actually think. Wow. Dead even. Perfect consensus. This is due to my anomalous existence. Certainly. I do not believe that this is an ability of the night. If
you actually see him like relax quite a lot.
The idea of knights being able to cut themselves in half and run around independently, horrifying.
Because I'll give you that for free because you're the fucking noticer.
Yeah.
You can immediately tell where his head was going with that.
Yes.
You're a knight of ink. You're smaller than them, and you can do this shit. If you were experimental, it might indeed, prove the existence of a project where they're trying to give the Knights of Ink all of their supernatural abilities, but make them look like a normal person so they can infiltrate, which is terrifying.
And also being a hive mind, shit's bad.
He's like, oh, thank fucking God. Okay.
I mean, that sounds like ideal humanity, and I think we should pursue that.
Yeah, Matthias.
It sounds like a great time.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that, but with the Pringles can, so that we have the in his head?
It sounds like an ideal humanity. Perhaps it is something we should approach. I don't think anyone would feel sad if they could break bricks with their hands.
Oh, always my erstwhile moral guide. They do stop and look up, and they're like, at the very least, I genuinely need advice on how to approach this, what to do next. Were you in my situation, with all of the context that you have, what would you do?
Well, as I've said before, the Night Orders do not exactly operate stealthily. Things of this nature are not commonplace, if they exist at all. Although I suppose that if they exist, me not knowing about them, no one knowing about them, simply means they're doing a good job.
Damn.
I would essentially be torn between two solutions. One, I would try to link back with my order, trying to find whatever I could about it, but more importantly, find people to talk to. The problem with that is, in your current position, you might have failed whatever you were supposed to do, which means you're a liability. If that's the case, establishing contact with them might prove dangerous for you. But it might also be your only choice.
They put their head down. I can handle being a liability. I can handle the danger they bring. What worries me more is, in speaking to them, if there was a mission, I'm a little worried about what I might discover. I'm worried that I could be swayed back to that path.
He actually leans in, arcs an eyebrow at you. That, my friend, is an extremely arrogant posture. Rest assured that us knights have had for quite some times ways to deal with our own. You don't understand the danger that renegade knights bring, the amount of technology, value, combat training that goes into even one knight is extremely high. If one turns rogue, the entire order goes after them. Some knights are even specifically trained to kill their own. I would not take this threat lightly.
They smile, and their face shifts to a sort of a neutral tone again. I believe you misunderstood. It is not a case of me not being worried about the danger. They simply stare over and across. I simply... They look down at their own hands, their own non-existent hands. I know that a knight themselves has immense value, but I'm afraid I don't know what value this body has. So, I'm quite eager to bet it. You get the feeling that it isn't an issue of underestimating the knights. You get the feeling, at the very least, that this individual in front of them would gladly throw themselves into danger, throw themselves into the blender, obliterate themselves down to the core, and it's just... there's a lack of understanding here. They do not know the value of their own life.
It's... He kind of smiles. It's quite funny. For how strange and mysterious you are. You make me think of young recruits.
They stare.
Just eager to serve, one might say.
They squint. How so?
He actually like full on smiles at this point. With lack of experience comes a certain degree of recklessness. It comes with the territory, the way we are forged into who we are as a knight. With time, age, and survival, this attitude, my sergeant would say, he kind of like thinks back not longingly, but like fondly at some sort of memory that you don't know. And he kind of goes, he would say it dulls over time. He hated it. I think the knights need that fire.
They sort of... you got them comprehending their own loyalty to the gate right now. They're thinking big about this. Hold on. Okay. I'm flipping a coin now. Red speaks up. Red is like, oh, huh. Maybe
But
in
wait,
that
what
case.
about my voice? It's a tiebreaker.
Oh yeah. No,
I have important things to say about the gate.
yeah, no. Red. The red stat actually starts to sort of focus in and thinks about this a little bit, and it's like, okay, so lack of experience, this is the only world I've ever known, so it's the place I want to defend. That makes a lot of sense. That tracks. And then the yellow stud speaks up, and you get probably a look that you've seen before. The same squint and just I don't understand.
Oh, I love him.
but it seems like Red got the message at the very least.
He full on, he kind of like chuckles to himself, full on smiling. It's very funny how like before he was very in his attitude, he was very like respectful of you, but also kind of like distant, if that makes sense. And like, but the more this conversation comes, the more like familiar he becomes, and the kind of more. He's not talking down at you necessarily, but he's getting this attitude of like, okay, I'm like your senior.
No, like I sort of get what's happening now. No, it's like, and 66B is like, it seems like this is definitely doing good for them. It's allowing them to focus themselves for sure. They are getting. Right. No, they're getting direction. They stop and actually open their eyes, and they're like, yes. Earlier you said there was a second path that I could take. Before it was either go and talk to the Knights of Ink and try to understand, gain perspective, etc. What would the other route be?
The other route would be to find another order. I'm sure many would love to get their hands on you. It might be the guidance that you seek, but it might not bring back lost memories. A new start, if that makes sense. If you are eager to serve Libra, to protect it, if you're eager to throw your life at the danger that amasses on the other side of the wall, if you're willing to cross that wall, dive deep into the wild, and face the first, the second, and perhaps even the third, maybe what you need is brothers in arms.
Ooh, okay, hold on. Hi, I need
He kind of chuckles, actually, and like sort of like scratches at his beard, and like, or so I was told when I was younger. He kind of like chuckles.
Hi, certain words in that. I need a 1d6 from the Matthias bench in my brain.
He's gone bathroom.
Oh, yes, hold on, I'm gonna... I'll
Damn,
roll
that's
for him.
unfortunate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So, I know how to play this, even with Christian in the bathroom. The dice and circumstances truly tell a story. I will... Okay, so above table, we know that my body is theoretically coming back to me, and I will be getting the message about not trusting the Knights of Ink in the future. 66B is going to keep that option open, and then that option is going to be eliminated by that prompt. So they're going to phrase it basically saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to keep my options open," blah blah blah, as a way of meta-narratively honoring this. But what this means with this high roll, they think on this and they go, perhaps the most prudent course of action. I do need brothers in arms, but luckily, I believe I actually have them. They turn and they look over at Mouse and they think of Bench. I can look into other knight orders myself, but I think I may prevail upon my friends when it comes to investigating the Knights of Ink.
A wise option. If you are considering recruitment, he kind of smiles again. Might I suggest the Knight Hospitalier?
I will admit this has been quite effective.
he actually again he looks down. He keeps doing this thing where he kind of looks
Yeah.
down, laughs to himself, and like scratches at his beard, then looks back up at you. It's been a while since I did a sales pitch. You'll have to excuse me. But
No, of course. Well, believe it or not, this is the very first one I've heard, and it's, I have to say, quite effective. They flare up, and like, I love it, because they're laughing and chuckling, well, it's like, what could be keeping him? I don't know, maybe them having a good time.
he really is. How to put this? To keep things simple, the bond, the oath of the Knights Hospitalier is to the people, specifically. Which seems to fit your, let's say, personal code so far.
God bless this man for not laughing at me for my personal codes.
We like, notice how he says we. He does not distance himself at all.
No.
We are here to take care of the wounded. We are a force that is here to rescue, specifically. Objectives, tactical positions, fortresses, all of that goes to other orders. We save people. That is our oath. Amongst other things. He kind of smiles at you.
Externally, I think you can read this clear as day on 66B's face. You ever see that image of the person going, wow, and then inside her brain the thought bubble just base. That's the exact response you get from 66B at this point. And like,
I say that my sales speech is not as bad as I thought it would be. Here, I won't pressure you. He reaches into his robe and, interestingly enough, pulls out a business card.
Yeah, let's go.
If you ever feel the need to find new brothers in arms, to find the men and women that will stand by your side when the worst is to come, give it a call. See if we fit you.
They lean forward and take it, nodding, genuinely grateful. Thank you very much for not only your time, but your insight, Necromancer.
Of course. Least I can do, especially after everything I've been asking of you and your friends.
They smile. But that is that and this is this. I still appreciate it.
I hope that no matter what your decision is, 66B, you find what you need at the end of your journey. I truly do.
Oh.
Seeing a fellow knight this lost wounds my heart.
Oh man, multi-textured feeling on that. Primarily they take the first bit as like a, oh my god, and then the second part they're like, oh my god. Far more pained, but they take it and quietly nod, and I think the rest of the conversation passes with mostly just questions. I think 66B just has an assload of practical questions, and like will probably just walk him through various parts of their armor. It's like, okay, what do you think this thing is? What do you think this thing is? What do you think this thing is? Because like, not only is it of interest to 66B to know how functionally their outer casing works, if there's any part of like, I don't know, maybe future theoretical knight infiltrator unit development, it might be of interest to him.
Well, interest to him, yeah, exactly. No, he definitely takes an interest to that. In order to zoom through that at quick speed, I'll handle this narratively.
Oh yeah.
So, little detail, when you show him your helmet, he is like, that's very ink, the like, sort of like mono eye in the center. that is very, very ink coated. Although the rest of the helmet doesn't really fit. Again,
Yeah.
one of the things that he gives you is that your appearance is almost like it's imposing, but it's imposing in an almost like monstrous way with the horns, right?
Yeah.
Like almost demonic way. While what he describes to you from the Knights of Ing is very, very holier than thou bullshit, right?
Oh.
Like we're talking like gold and fucking like white
Oh.
and gold and like big colors and like basically to give you an interesting metaphor, or not metaphor, but like
Yeah.
comparison. Knights in general are like your fucking quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
They're here to sport the colors of the order and the city. They're here to be loud and proud. They represent, there's
Yeah.
nothing subtle or like sometimes even letting go of some practicalities on like the
Holy
ornamentation of the
shit.
armor.
Okay.
Mhm. So you look at your honestly quite plain
And practical. Yeah.
and practical uniform. It's so different.
Yeah.
There is definitely a lot of technology that goes into those armors. They are power armors. It's necrotech, absolutely, but it's also necromantic enchantments that go into this. He is willing to like help out eventually. Because you ask sort of like for Mouse, and like Mouse can help on the
Yeah.
necrotech aspect, while but Mouse does not have the knowledge of the Night Orders to like realize what wards are going on with your specific armor and
Yes.
enchantments. He does a little bit more. He
Okay.
will
Okay.
admit he definitely admits this, like if it is indeed ink, like it's going to be different than what his order does,
Right.
but he might be able to at least get something out of it. Although with what you explained and the fact that you can feel pain through the armor, definitely something fucked up there. Supposed to do the opposite.
Reviews are in.
But like essentially, yeah, he is willing to help whenever he comes back. He needs to do some research, essentially. Uh,
Thank you.
as far as like more practical things, yeah, that's kind of most of it. Like he describes to you, yeah, the Knights of Ankh, like again, gold, white, fucking shit, huge, like colossus of a person that has a commanding voice. Like literally, those are the kind of motherfuckers, right, that would show up to a operation of some kind with a full-on fucking banner, and like just like be there. In terms of like any more stealthy operations that he knows of involving the Knight, usually the stealth part of it is different agencies or people
Yeah.
that do the stealth part, while the Knights are like the distraction
Yeah,
or
a
something.
stealth knight feels almost like an oxymoron in
Yeah,
itself,
no,
like a
it's
contradiction.
it's yeah, culturally it does not make sense.
Yeah,
Um,
and almost drawing it back into RP 66B, just sort of with this analysis is like, I worry that my body was more or less discovered alongside a high-profile assassination.
I see. So you do also believe that Andalene Vega was assassinated?
Based on the size and devastation of whatever incident occurred there, I think at the very least there was either an accident, but my own involvement in existence there makes me believe it might not have been. I don't know what to think. I'm leaning assassination based on the description of my armor that you just made.
Do you believe it was your mission?
I kind of hope not, but
At this moment,
They
when you
serve
think
themselves.
back of that day,
Yeah.
you think again of the Knight. The
Yeah.
Knight charging through the crowd, impaling one of the perpetrators,
Yeah.
beheading another. If the Knight was part of the assassination, he full on fucking betrayed them, because
Yeah.
that was just trying to stop them.
They think back and they think hard. They get the feeling that I think I was trying to protect someone. And then they weirdly look over at Mouse for a second, and then look back, and then look down, and act confused.
As you sort of do that, he kind of like, well, let's hope. And then, weirdly enough, Mouse pipes up, and kind of like mid pampering the two cats next to him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another clue. Maybe you were trying to defend Anton Vega. Like if it right, it doesn't sound too stupid, right? Of like if you were here, if it was an assassination attempt, and you tried to stop it, maybe you were here to defend him. And in that case, maybe you should go talk to like people that were close to him. Maybe they know something about you.
That's so smart. It's funny. So, because Red rolled the minimum here, they actually like look over at Mouse, and they get a flash, a split-second memory of someone with white hair standing amidst the crowd. A moment and a roar, and then it's completely gone. And what rises to the surface instead is that, yes, that's a good idea as well. Maybe the goal was to safeguard Andalaine Vega. They think. Thank you, both of you. This has been extremely enlightening.
Of course. I will do more research on the quirks of your armor on my own time. It might take a bit, as I am quite the busy man, but I will try my best.
In the meantime, I will do the best in the job that we've been assigned, but I suppose I have my own duties to the district as well. They sort of stand up and they're like, if the consultation in the other room is concluded, I was actually hoping to speak to William.
Of course. He kind of like looks at Mouse. Could you perhaps go get William for us? Oh, yeah, I can do that. Puts down cat, starts moving this way. The camera does not follow Mouse.
Oh.
Instead, it follows. I need to find the right music. I know I have it somewhere. Apologies, I have lost my soundtracks.
If you put it down in the same spot every time, this wouldn't be an issue.
I need to have
Retrace
things in
your steps,
order.
okay?
Oh.
The camera goes to the rite of passage.
What the
as the
fuck?
door opens and a gentleman comes in.
Okay, makes sense. I just saw those two and was like, oh, we're gonna die.
Damn.
I slippity slide on through the door and then take off my hat. Shifting my attention. Oh, both of them. Okay, let's do this.
They're kind of speaking in the hushed tones over the counter.
I approach and clear my throat as I get closer.
You clear your throat. Yumi immediately turns around. Hi.
Hello. Anything juicy?
Oh, you know, just run-of-the-mill stuff.
Still holding his hat, he's kind of waving it into his face a little bit, just cooling off a little bit as he kind of checks on over. Wait, don't let me interrupt.
It's fine, we were just, killing time. How about we talk about the important business of today?
Alright,
I
sounds good to me.
hope that you come back with good news.
He considers it, it depends on where you stand. Tell me, Alice. He kind of considers, I actually came to talk to you and ask you about more information. Your employers. He kind of considers, What interest do they have with it? Have they told you anything?
Well, obviously, when it comes to that sort of business, it's a little bit hush-hush. What I can tell you is that this is of high political order, as, once again, the church doesn't do those things. It's important to know what the church gets up to. They are a significant power within the city of Libra.
I see.
If they are to essentially take up arms willy-nilly, then who knows what they'll do next. If they decide to turn their ire towards the city council, well, everyone is in big trouble.
He's just like, yes, of course. Yeah, no, I understand. Well, we seem to be coming to some form of agreement. He kind of, just sort of thinks a bit about that. They are discussing terms right now.
Negotiating.
That is right.
With the
Negotiate.
visitor themselves, I suppose.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm.
Oh, but you wanted the contents of a computer, correct?
I did.
Of course. He pulls out his phone and he calls up, Ed. Mr. Nash.
You call up Mr. Nash, and he goes, "Right, hello,
Yeah,
where we
Nash.
going?"
Any, not bad. Any good luck on the contents of that computer?
Now, I don't know what you all are fucking chit-chatting about in there, but like, no one fucking connected their goddamn laptop with this shit. I've been bored out of my mind, man.
I see. It's unfortunate. We'll keep it up.
Alright.
Yes.
Wait, OC. So
Yeah.
So it seems like Ed hasn't picked up any signals at all throughout the district. Like, not even Owen Booth's little phone call from earlier. So, which,
Oh no, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. If we're going with that, he did. It's because I went with like the question being
oh yeah,
specifically on the church, because that's what I thought he was focused on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
No, that
The
makes-
explanation
makes
for
total
that
sense.
is very simple.
No.
Samuel has the laptop and didn't
Yes.
have the need to plug it in at all.
Ah, damn.
Yes. We are still trying to scope it out, but it seems that they have yet to connect to the network. I'm saying while hushing the phone call. When I head back, I think I'll try to get a good look at that myself. We'll keep it on, but if he kind of considers it. After scoping for some time, it did not seem they are willing to keep their contents. They seem to have come to chat, not share information as was first inspected. So we are trying to engage more direct.
I see. Interesting. I guess that in itself is something to chew on.
But that
Anything about their, I suppose, the reason of their visit at least, that you may want to share?
He considers that a little bit more. I'll do. Okay. Let me just do a little I'll roll really quick. Okay. That. He sort of stares a little bit, and rather blatantly is like, I'm afraid I cannot speak it. I was sworn to secrecy.
I see. Well, I'm sure you know that this goes directly against our previous agreement.
Of course. And that does pain me so. But tell me, what is City Council offering for this information? Because currently, we have 2 ticks of power stacked against us right now. I've yet to see what City Council has offered.
She gives you essentially a number of services that would essentially all equal to 2 ticks of structure.
Gotcha. That is very tempting. You must understand that I am simply concerned with the nature of the district here.
The nature of the district. That's a fun way of putting it. Care to elaborate?
He considers it a little bit more as she stares. I know that you like it here, I'd assume. And
I do.
similarly, you and Mr. Sharp, he kind of considers a little bit more, are working very hard to make sure that this district isn't steamed over by our interest in the council. He kind of shifts a bit, finally just sort of placing his hat on the counter. So, I understand that you are being pressured by City Council to do this. Or perhaps pressured might not even be the right word. It is in your interest to continue this. So, I have put myself in a situation where I might, at least temporarily, have put interests of become a spokesman for the church, for the sake of resources. And now I'm aware City Council also has resources. So, in this situation, it is a stalemate. There is simply nothing to be done. However, a stalemate does not benefit us, either of us, as people.
That
So-
it does not.
Rather blatantly, we are running short of quota this week. We require both of these things in order to make... He kind of considers... In order to make... sure our lives remain simple, you and me, us members of the district. I would not be breaking my contract, neither would I ask for you. But, Miss Alice, if you could assist me, I would love to help you find, and you to help me find, a wonderful middle ground agreement that will assist us both. I want to find a perfect degree of information that we can share with our respective parties to make sure both are happy. And make sure we can stop both from taking away their agreements with us.
Playing both sides like this is hardly making my life easier, Mr. Bench. It feels like you're simply adding more responsibilities to my already quite filled agenda.
I
But
would maybe... he interrupts. I would maybe consider the responsibility list of finding a new house versus having an extra job to do.
a fair point.
I would hate to move all of my shrubbery, so I'd like to keep my apartment if possible.
Let me be extremely clear. If the city council decides to shut down whatever operation you got going on, I don't have to move. I'm quite comfy here, and the city council is quite comfy with me staying here, especially if they militarize the place. As you may have noticed, a bunch of military boys running around is good for me. She gestures at the guns on the wall.
I suppose it is a lot of work. To be working even more for the same pay. What a dream we all strive for.
Oh my god. Holy shit!
I assure you my numbers would go up by quite the margin. But that aside, like you said, I like it here. I like it here with the way things are right now. So, if we are going to walk this fine line, I'm going to need something, anything, that I can give my contact to chew on. Something that makes our services worth it and worth the price.
That is quite fine. I have just the thing. He's going to pull out a notebook. And now, to be sure, this has to be done in a very specific way. It turns out that there is a hole in an operation that is happening in the district that provides a perfect scapegoat. So, can I... Alright, so basically what I want to do is, I want to let Alice in the loop a bit. And in this way, I'm letting Alice in the loop. I am just going to tell her directly what our deal is. so that she has full information. However, I'm going to only do that if she will gauge out and tell me in more detail what council wants, so that we can both kind of we're both sort of firmly shaking our hands here, and it's kind of mutually assured destruction in this way.
I
The
see.
idea that we're both talking a bit over so that we can more carefully work out what we're telling the other parties. Because the guess is, once quota passes, neither of us really have any reason to hold this, but by the end of this, once we've already held this object, it's not really a concern of us once quota's been paid. So it's kind of like a thing where, for the time being, since we're both stunned into inaccuracy, since allegedly we both at least once quota paid,
Allegedly.
I don't have no reason to read to kind of just not tell her what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's worth more to actually just like put all of the or at least most of the cards on the table so that everyone knows what hands are being played.
And as for what I would suggest for her, I just want to let City Council know that the church is moving something under the district.
Gotcha. Okay. Then what she will basically give you... I could get back to roleplay actually for this.
Yes.
I see. Well, if the church wanted to secure a very specific cargo, that makes sense. I assume the Toscanos were, with that territory under their control, might have known what it is.
Yeah, he kind of nods his head. It's a perfect excuse, really. The Toscanos have started to move into our district. It would be a perfect coincidence if suddenly someone figured out about what is going on. In fact, I have no doubt that the council could nudge the Toscanos to go in and take it for them.
A fascinating proposition. Well, that sounds juicy enough. As far as what the city council wants, well, the worry that I presented before was quite genuine. However, well, let's just say that the city council themselves are moving their pawns, and it would so appear that the Toscanos were one of those pawns.
As expected, yes.
Fuck.
As a result, the church ousting them was a little bit of a problem. And the worry was, yes, for the church to start bearing arms, but more specifically, towards the city council itself. Maybe having some information that would have leaked in regards to that, specifically.
I
But
understand.
it seems that it wasn't the case. Which is reassuring, at least for my client, I assume.
Yeah, he says, absolutely. Perhaps you could, we have a number of options then, I suppose.
All of this works quite well for our current little deal.
Of course.
A perfect scapegoat, one might say.
Death
If the
to
Toscanos are the ones that fucked it up royally for everyone, then it's none of our faults.
Absolutely. In fact, he kind of considers it that way. If the Toscanos are messing around in that regard, in fact, if that information that they are pawns of council were to get out, that would be very bad. Could also, on the other hand, be a benefit to the council in other ways. I would leave you to tell the council what you think will appease them most, as long as we can confirm it. So long as whatever the church gives us is contained, I'm sure their part of the deal will be maintained as well. Even if there are difficulties, they've still agreed to give us what we have owned as long as we keep things safe. They've even decided to give us a few personnel to defend.
Fascinatingly enough, it seems that my deal with the city council was quite the same.
Oh, yes?
My assumption is that if we give them both this scapegoat, none of this will ever reach the public, and will embrace wonderful, wonderful status quo.
I suppose it will.
Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Bench.
A pleasure
She
doing
extends a
business
hand
with you.
over the counter.
Miss Alice, may I ask something of you, by the way?
Of
I
course.
have a feeling I'm getting a rather good payday upcoming. Would it be right if I finance a new gun? I think I'll be needing it.
Well, of course.
Are you a connoisseur, perhaps, or do you need advice?
A little advice, too. I hear there are some gangsters in town, and I'm worried. What's a good gangster killing gun?
Well, for a gentleman such as yours, I would imagine that a smaller caliber might be perfect. And we're gonna zoom away.
Oh, one more note. As I look
Oh.
at that, I kind of lean over and raise an eyebrow over to Yumi for a second. And I'm just like, you should at least wait a few weeks to start talking about this one, darling, okay?
Don't let it slip out quite yet.
Oh my
News
god,
Angel.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what she's about to say.
I'm so happy. What did she say?
I don't know. What are you gonna do to shut me up, darling? Anyway, break. Break.
Holy shit.
my
We're moving
god.
away from that. We're moving away from that.
Damn, I can't believe that was a fade to black. That's crazy. Anyways, hi, chat.
That's crazy.
Holy shit.
We had to veil it so early in the
Oh
campaign.
my god, how was
Oh my god.
Swirls
How
hair.
scandalous.
Oh,
Hi,
Jesus.
everyone.
Hi,
Screaming
everyone.
rats, yes.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Screaming rats in chat.
Chit-chat.
Oh my god.
Matthias about to put Yumi on the bench.
Damn.
Oh,
Goodness.
oh my goodness.
Okay.
Hope you guys are having fun.
Oh god, yeah.
Lots happening already.
Yeah.
So much shit's
God,
going on.
That was the most malodorous conversation I've had in a while in an RPG. God, that smelled terrible. But I love it.
I'm
Every
here
day.
for all of it.
I do love the stink, though.
Oh my god.
Can't lie,
Incredible.
Yumi, I would too. Lovely. Hi, Piffenglass. Thank you so much for hanging
Hello,
out.
everyone. Oh my
Use the
god.
bathroom
So
real quick.
I just this is a blast. Can I also just say, like, it's incredible how much each of these scenes are lining up so well to, like, just domino effect into a perfect plan, and we've coordinated none of it.
Yeah, it's
It's
I guess it's what
wonderful.
happens when fucking everyone in the party is hyper competent. Yeah, that's right. Take the compliment. Take it.
I refuse.
Take it. I shove it in your face.
B is head empty, no thoughts. That's a lie. She has so many thoughts, but none of them are useful.
God.
That
As
was
we
a very
embrace.
valuable and situation like
Yeah,
resolving piece of information for me.
for real. Yeah. No, it's interesting, isn't it? Especially with what you know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
God.
crazy.
Fine, we're gonna just embrace. I love it how basically we stumbled into a situation, right, with the various actions of the players and the NPCs and all of that, where literally it's in every faction's best interest to say nothing, which
Damn,
is
that's wild.
wonderful. As long as, you know, things keep safe, of course. Glass compliment to Laura. Unintentional coordination is just the theme of this channel.
That's improv, baby.
Yeah. Question: does Yumi have similar attraction to B or 6B, or is this the bench special? Yumi is an interesting creature. Is what
Yumi
I'll
is a
say.
mystery.
Yumi,
You don't need to know.
Yumi, God, that doesn't feel like a too bad of a spoiler. Yumi is just a girl that wants to have fun. Is all I'll say.
Girls just
So
wanna
she's an
have fun.
opportunist, I see.
Who isn't attracted to bench? It's not fair.
True facts. Aloha knows what's up.
Aloha knows what's up. True, you baby too. Listen. Sometimes. You just sometimes you just see a stallion you want to bet on.
God. Aloha, chat.
Guess don't have daddy issues and it shows.
Damn, that's crazy.
She's just the biggest flirt in the universe. That goes to another character, but yes, she is a bit of a flirt. Bench is a man
She's
and a
not
half.
in this campaign.
Oh, she is. Bench is a
Oh,
man
God
and a half.
damn it.
Both literally and in terms of being attractive. Girls just want to have fun. Bench shows up. Hello, I'm fun.
Damn, I didn't realize that was one of his other names. He has so many these days.
He really does.
Crazy.
I-
I'm having so much fucking fun. Speaking of, this is great.
It's so
God,
great.
we're almost 2 hours in. Holy shit.
Yeah, remember when I said I hope we get to do everything? Yeah.
It's fine. It'll just be an 8-hour session.
Oh god.
Yumi would flirt with the rats if they had a fun story to tell. She's not the only one.
Sometimes vermin coated is hot.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's so funny that we stumbled on like her limit immediately.
Yeah.
Yumi don't like skeletons.
I'm back.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god. That's crazy.
I was just thinking about how like the last 3 conversations were actually like very well characterized for our 3 protagonists. Of like, the first conversation with B was very like necromancy focused in the church, very like in depth, but also like stressful and pointed and airy and dramatic. It was really good. And the 66B was more blunt and to the point and very knightly, night focused, but also with an underpinning of the camaraderie brainwashing that's also happening, which is also peak. And then the last one,
Brainwashing, how dare you?
it's called loyalty.
It's called
Obviously.
duty.
It's called standing for something.
It's called esprit de corps.
And then the last one speaks for itself.
Truly it does. Also, 66B is totally immune to propaganda. If they're aware of it, then it can't work.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's totally how that
Okay,
works.
66B
exactly.
has proven historically to be completely immune to propaganda, and you all did not have to talk them back from being immediately pulled into the
Into the manosphere.
into
Yeah.
the Manosphere
Conspiracy
podcast.
theory
Yeah.
bullshit.
Listen,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
immune to propaganda. They
They're
even
immune.
have their best friend, Owen Booth, that
Yeah.
will tell them when the propaganda happens
best
and that they
friend,
can be
who-
immune to.
Who they adore
He-
so much.
Yeah.
He's here to help them find the truth, because that's also what he's looking for.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
truth.
Yes,
Yeah.
the truth.
And only the truth.
And only the truth.
Everything's great.
I like
And
it that
I'm
I like it that you could just throw it's in pursuit of the truth in front of anything, and critically, who can disagree with that, really?
We can disagree with
honestly.
that.
Who disagrees with the truth?
Yeah. Do you
Also,
disagree with
Do
the
you
truth?
disagree with the truth? Are you a liar?
Are you a liar? Are you a fake
Are you
newser?
smelly? Are you a smelly fakester?
Are you a smelly
Damn.
fakester? Are you an incosphere simp?
My God.
Also, it's so funny to me that you're just like, ah, yeah, they look back at Mouse and they think about Bench and are just like, yeah, camaraderie. I've already got my knighthood. And B's off in the distance, just like, what? Just because I can't fucking hold a sword? All right, I see. No, I get it.
Oh my god.
I can possess a suit of armor. Like, it can't be necrotech, but like, it's fine.
God. Sorry, Alora, for William coming after your ass. I'm sorry, I
No,
did not
this
expect that
is-
to happen.
What are you talking about? This is what I ask for
Yeah.
every time, which is just let him be him. It's going to ruin my life, and that's what I want.
Oh.
Rather giving you what you want.
Yes, every time. This man is perfect, and it's awful.
Wait till Yumi hits on 6-6B and 6-6B discovers what flirting is and goes, "This is strange," and runs away like a feral cat.
What is happening?
What is this?
What is this?
What is this feeling?
My god.
My god. That's scary.
That was scary.
Wink.
Did you just add like 3 H's to the word wink?
The more H's, the more sensual it is.
So true.
I can add in Dildy at the end if you want to.
That
Oh my
feeling
goodness.
when I get dirt in my eyes in front of a woman and then we're married.
Listen, you have to wait until the second date to start adding anything else to that wink. Then you're moving too fast.
Moving too fast.
Wink!
It's like a whisper. When you put H's in your lack of ears.
Oh my fucking god, I love her so much.
Girls just want to have fun, man.
Thing's a creature.
She is. She's a fucking creature. God.
Yumi flirts with 66B Knight's Code update.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Nice code update.
Oh.
That's scary.
That's scary.
Listen, we've already established that there are no rules to conversation or communication. It's just the continuation of it.
Yeah.
It continues to evolve.
Oh my god.
Is everyone back? Do we want to
Yes!
continue?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me
Diggity back.
click us off. BRB. There we go.
Bye,
chat.
Bye, chat. As our point of view comes back in. Eastwards, onwards, was it?
Alright, everyone. It would appear that things got a little bit complicated, and we have to join him in the catacombs. But do not worry, he is very close to the surface. This away.
He clicks onto the little elevator hatch thingy, and it opens, coming up as the two sort of follow along. Is it gonna be okay, Mr. Welch? Yes, I've had to crawl my way through sewers with an open wound. I'll be fine. All right then. Here you go. She sort of vaguely pushes him forward. Owen Booth also helping him onto the latch as he disappears downstairs. Alrighty then. I thank you ever so much, Mr.
Booth! Owen Booth, at your service. Streamer and searcher, adventurer for the truth.
Right. Thank you ever so much for helping out.
No problem at all. I found myself quite fancying this little place. And they are very helpful, just all in general. Very, accommodating, one might say.
It's Seems like it. The latch comes back up. After you! Oh, right. Thank you. She gets onto the latch, goes back down. As she sort of goes back down, he kind of just says, "Remember to throw it back up!" He waits patiently, looks around, makes sure no one's following, checks for something in his pocket, and then once the latch comes back up, he follows after them. The camera lingers a little bit and travels from the hatch to a specific corner as another individual seems to be following.
Madison, my God.
Yes!
So,
That's our fucking goat! Oh, the cutscene.
She's got a gun, you know.
My girl don't fucking trust like that.
Cutscene fair.
at this moment in time, we are, let me look at my notes to make absolutely sure, but I'm pretty sure we are opening, we are opening a free roam bit. So what order do we want to go into? Where do we want to go? Who do we want to talk to, etc.? Do we want to reconvene? Do we want to continue separately? What's the plan, gang?
I'd like to talk to William. It does not necessarily need to be a long conversation, because there is a reasonable chance that I will walk up and go, "Hey, William, information," and he'll go, "No," and I'll be like, "Fair enough."
That's true. Do you want that to be a private conversation, or
It doesn't
do
need
you
to
want
be, no.
play? Okay, because I could literally just have you walk in on the trio that was in his chambers.
Yeah, no, literally perfect.
Okie dokie. While I prepare that, what is everyone else's desires and needs?
I mean, you already know what I desire. I have another cute boy that I need to talk to.
That is true. You have another kid boy that you need to talk to. Very true. Very true. How could I forget?
I can't believe you. But yeah, B is gonna want to talk to Ray to try and get some more information about what was going down in 4 from a not church tainted perspective. If 66B wants to come with her for that conversation, groovy.
Dope. And then afterwards we can swing by the Rat's Gambit to catch up with Charlotte and do all that stuff. It sounds like we got our path. What the fuck is Bench doing?
Yeah.
Give me some time.
All right. We will give you some time to reflect then.
That's the wrong show.
Yo!
Yo!
What time is it? Is the
Reflect.
sun out? Is it setting? Is there a twilight in the sky?
No. There's no home here.
Go
Turns
ask,
directly to the camera.
please go ask William if he's a ketchup man or a mustard man.
As our point of view flies back through the pipes into the now familiar living space of the church, you are at the door.
Fantastic.
You've been pointed that way by Mouse. Do you want Mouse with you?
Yeah,
actually?
obviously.
All
Get
right, let me
Mouse
go
in
get
here.
Mouse for you.
How could you leave Mouse behind?
Copy. Beast. Yeah, Mouse basically. Everyone knows that 66B is coming. Mouse essentially came in, asked for permission to talk to William, and then was given yes, and then ran all the way back, and now is bringing back 66B before anyone could plan something better.
Thank you very much.
Right at this door. Yes.
Knock, 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 knock. Dum, 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 dum.
Enter.
They crack the door open and walk in, towering figure. They ground and they're like, I apologize for bothering you. I was hoping to gather some information.
Seems to be the event of the day, I suppose. Everyone wants information for good old William Crane today.
6-6B
Room's
nods.
getting rather crowded. Kind of glances at
Hello.
everyone, describing it.
Here, I'll make
Oh,
some
I'll
space.
close the door. He
No,
closes.
yeah. 6-6B
No,
makes some
come in.
space for Mouse to come in. They look over at William and just like a fucking steamroller, whatever vibe was happening before, they're just gonna plow straight through it. You've been around in the district for quite some time, correct?
I have. He sits down.
I was curious if you knew anything related to the Rat's Gambit, particularly major events or otherwise that various media companies might want to exploit. They all seem to be descending on the place, and not just for Charlotte's singing. I have concerns that there might be a secondary condition to the building that would be of interest to these individuals, whether it be monetary, property-wise, or some sort of historical event that might make filming there appealing.
He sort of thinks, brings a hand to his chin. Well, as far as I am concerned, Charlotte has always been the owner of the Rat's Gambit. She's been a resident of Gate 13 way before I ever was. From what I came to understand, her and Edward and his boys were all together in the district for a while. He's trying to think.
Didn't
There, hmm?
she had a band at one point, didn't she?
She did. Quite a talented one, might I add. But unfortunately, they all left after, well, the events of 3 months ago. A very similar, actually, interestingly enough, situation as Edward, actually. It was a surprise, I must admit, to see them stay after most of their entourage and, I guess, business partner were moving on. I was expecting them to leave with them, but they didn't.
6-6B considers thinking on this. Could that, by your own estimation, have something to do with the difficulty that they might be facing? Particularly with the interest placed in the Rat's Gambit. Was the band popular?
The band was reasonably popular from my time in the district. The Rat's Gambit has always been a somewhat booming location, although in a reasonable manner. From what I understood, though, it used to be not quite so reasonable in the past, actually. They used to be very, very popular. But as time moves on, trends fade and tastes evolve.
Was it popular during the casino phase as a place of gambling, or was there some other attraction?
The casino phase. Well, I was not in Gate 13 when it was still the casino. From what I understand, that would be before she was the owner, correct?
They nod.
Yeah. Then I actually wouldn't know much about that era. I never felt the need to ask such private questions, I suppose.
They nod. They sort of fold their arms. Who was the previous owner?
He kind of crosses his legs and starts to think. From what I have gathered from idle conversations, it was quite an unsavory man, but apart from that, I don't know much.
They... Oh,
I could
boy.
give you a name, I suppose.
That would be useful, thank you.
From what I remember, it was... I don't remember the first name, but I think the last name was something along the lines of Sutton. I will type it in chat.
Sutton.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know much more than that, unfortunately. Even then, even that was me trying to remember idle conversation I had with them. I must admit that they are both of them are pretty cagey about that era of their life.
They nod. I should clarify. This is not just me prying, though I am objectively doing that. They say, their eyes pinching shut. I have a concern. As we find ourselves surrounded by more and more sources of media interest, I worry about members of our district being strong-armed or otherwise manipulated into sharing details that they do not wish. Basically, I've discovered something. They think hard about watching the crowd of boothers descend on the district and what it cost. Their face splits into a smile. I do not like the idea of our residents being exploited for the views.
A very fair worry. As it was very useful to attract so much attention, I must admit that making this a tourist spot might be a bit much for most of our residents, me included.
Considering how few of us there are and how many there are of them.
They nod. Exactly. I am going to go speak with the representative of the media company in an hour or so. We came across a situation in which, and they're just gonna fill William in on fucking everything.
If you fill William on everything,
No.
here's what he's gonna say.
No.
I believe that talking to those media companies, weirdly enough, might be a good idea. Because for the inquisitive mind, an absolute wall of refusal is just as suspicious as as whatever you would find digging in with permission.
Yeah, you know that very well, wouldn't you?
Hold on, my brain bench has something to say.
He's got opinions about this for some reason.
Do not mind me. It is in the nature of all voices to hate their bosses.
6XP does stare and they nod. That is actually the issue that we're running into. With the NDA, functionally we are being pipelined into only being able to speak to one company.
You are being pipelined into only discussing to one company about their specific project. You're not being pipelined into discussing other matters with the other company. It is not your fault if they want the same thing. He crosses his legs.
I love him so much. B looks over at 66B. It's also a matter of who is being pressured into signing the NDA and who actually does. She kind of raises her hands in like a almost like a mock surrender type gesture, just like, I, for one, have no plans on signing anything, even if I could.
That is true. Whoever we put under the NDA does not need to be the same person that would go talk to the other company. And also we must respect the wishes of whoever wants and doesn't want to get involved.
6XB's expression relaxes. Completely understandable. Thank you for the counsel and information. When I talk to Charlotte later about this, I will bring up your wise advice.
Thank you. Oh, and if you could If you could tell her to perhaps come visit me, she has been late for her checkup.
At that, B actually glances over at William for a moment and shakes her head. She's, not doing particularly well today. She said that she would like to be alone for a bit.
Ah. That, is slightly unfortunate.
She nods.
Here's for 66B, he kind of speaks up.
I'm watching
go on,
from
go
the
on.
side. Before he even continues, I want to watch his change of expression. Is there any?
From whom? From William?
Yes.
No.
No. That man has one icon.
His icon has no alts, and
Yeah.
it's on purpose.
Oh yeah, so there's no shift in expression, tone,
No
etc.
shift in expression.
Okay.
But-
Carry on.
But, it's a very interesting thing that you just did. Give me a roll to do.
Yes.
Actually, B also, give me a roll to do. And B, you get advantage.
Boy. Yay! Drop, swing, roll, die. Yeah,
16.
I feel like
lovely.
that was a roll to die, not a roll to do. But I
Oh
feel
no, Jay,
like
Jay. I was speaking what Jay was saying.
this actually feels appropriate if this is about what I think it is.
Oh.
Jesus. Oh wait, I have advantage,
And
so
one more.
that doesn't fucking matter.
God.
You should push that roll. You should push that roll. You should push that roll. Push that roll. You should push
If
that
you
roll.
want it.
Hmm.
It would just mean that you would be locked out of it when you have to face the car salesman.
Yeah. Unless we change scenes, which we will. We'll go talk to
Which
Ray
we
first.
will. Yeah,
Ray
you
can
can-
recover your red stat.
Yeah, you can cover
You know
everything.
what?
Yeah.
Ray, my wonderful, just beaming sunshine. You know what? I will push that. Fuck it. I'm gonna lock out. What did I lock out? That's fine. Whatever. Yes, I'm gonna push it. There's that D6. Jesus Christ,
Oh,
24.
lovely. Okay. So, here's what I'll say. You both notice what I'm about to describe to you,
Yeah.
but only one of you, which is B, sort of like has the instinct to question the coincidence, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
When the news of Charlotte having decided to isolate herself, there was no change in William Creighton's expression, body language, or anything. However, when you pay attention to the hum of the machine, it fluctuates slightly, like a tick from the church itself.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay, yeah, I know which one I'm locking out. That's fine. Cool.
Okay, I have a cryptic bench statement I will actually add to
Yeah.
the back
Oh.
of fucking Jay's conscience.
Yeah.
He is like the heart that charges his body.
Red stats, say that shit out loud. Act astute, say that shit out loud. 66B squints in, and this voice speaking up at the back of their consciousness. And time to spin it. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I'm they would have stated it very poetically if they'd rolled particularly high, but this bench voice in the back of their head, they use it almost like the firing mechanism, and they begin to speak. We find ourselves surrounded by a network of webs, all pulsing with different lives. Webs are really alive, aren't they? They're like dead things. They don't really pulse either. You just like catch things. Hold on, I gotta work on this one.
Webs aren't alive or dead. It's silk that's been organically created by Do you know how spiders actually work?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Just like puts a hand over her face, like, all right, okay.
They sort of, their expression realizing.
Mouse immediately is like, could you describe what you're trying to convey so that we can help with the metaphor?
Well, and then a different part of 66B's brain actually speaks up and it almost clamps a hand over their mouth and it's like, you shouldn't draw attention to this. I was thinking exactly how William is much like the center of our, like a wet, like, he like knows, but also doesn't know. You fumble, you struggle, you do your best, redirect away at the last second, the change at the church, it was important for some reason. You can't let him know. I'm just appreciating how good a community manager he is. Let's go.
It's okay. I'm shy too.
God fucking
You
bless
walk
Mouse.
past B, and there's like half a second where there's eye contact, and she's giving you the deepest squint that you've ever seen. Like she's trying to pierce through the armor of just like, what the actual fuck?
What was that?
I suppose we're heading out.
I suppose so. Yeah, it might be goodbye for now. I think my group is gonna head out as well.
Oh. Right. Short trip. Makes sense.
The news have made everyone want to move quickly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess we will see you when we see you then.
Yeah. I'll make sure to write. I'll try to give you notice in better, like not less, not so last minute.
Before he can even finish, she just pulls him into a hug.
You pull him into a hug, and as a reenactment of that day, William actually joins in.
Aw.
They spend a moment that is eventually cut short, at least as far as all three are concerned. All right, where are we going, Beep? I feel like maybe switching to bench might be good at this moment in time.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
What do you want to do? Bench?
You had a moment.
I did have a moment.
Mm-hmm. Did you
I'm gonna
think
go-
during that moment?
I thunk a lot during that moment.
Oh,
Damn, that's crazy.
Bryn,
yes.
do you have any maps for the Toscanos right now?
Oh.
To visit them? No, I do not have maps for the Toscanos right now.
Gotcha.
Unless...
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can say this because this was literally said on stream, even if the player characters don't know. Unless you're trying to catch them in Tuck the Fuck's territory, but I don't have a map for the interior of Tuck the Fuck's house.
That would probably work pretty well because I want to disguise myself as Peter K and go talk to them. So I've had enough talks with Peter K at this point to be able to know I can disguise myself as him.
Lovely.
Oh.
Yeah, let me get that set up
So
for
it
you.
actually be
Fuck,
even more perfect
yeah.
if we're meeting in Tuck territory.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
so good. I
Let
can't
me...
wait to hear your Peter impression.
Yeah, it's not going to sound quite as the same because obviously Bryn and I talk different, but I think I have a pretty fucking good read on how to act as him.
Oh, this is so exciting.
That's wonderful. Yeah, let me just get that set up for you right quick. So we have this here, this here. Okay. Are you trying... So I have a question for you. Are you trying to catch Sofia Toscano, or are you trying to catch someone under her?
I don't think that's gonna be happening on a street corner. Anyways.
See, I think the big thing is, I want to try to be like, this is something very big and serious. I need to talk to Sophia about it. Is what I'm gonna say. Or this,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna basically word it. This needs to get to her quick.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see what we can do for you. So Peter K. I need to find everybody. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you would be in a reduced company at this point. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that would be over there. Thankfully, they're not necessarily trying to hide, so... let's see... What do I want from this? What do I want for music for this? I think I want... If I can find it, Jesus. Keeps eluding me. Apologies.
It's chill chat. I can see you. Hi.
Hi, hello. All right,
Give me
I found
some
it.
rats. Okay.
There you go. You find yourself in Tuck the Fuck's territory, his main place of stay. A sort of architectural anomaly within the city, a little bit of a well almost, as basically like the architecture sort of fades into something that's a little bit more crumbly than the rest. But it's a comfortable nook, a discreet one that seems to be mostly forgotten about city council agents and various urban planners and stuff like that. And yeah, as the opportunistic fellow that Tuck the Fuck is, he decided to make his home here, or more specifically, make his market here. You enter, fully able to go past the doors after all, you're a regular, an agent even, and you find in front of you the market. Feel free to move as you please.
Perfect. All right. Also, I know I just set this up, but can I actually call a quick break? I'm so sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll switch us back to...
Loading screen
Thank
chat.
you. Sorry,
Loading
gang.
screen.
Sorry, game chat. I realized it'd been a little bit break, so I wanted to try to ask. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I will look at chat then.
Yeah.
Hello, chat. How it going?
Oh, I'm seeing some screaming rats. Thank God.
Lovely, thank God.
Piff says, hi-yo. Glass says,
Hi-yo?
Screaming rats. Strategic
My
Compass
God.
says, screaming rats.
Screaming rats. Oh goodness. Lots of stuff happening.
Yeah.
Lots of information shared.
either voluntarily or not.
Yes.
It's been a not great day until stream started. Well, I'm glad we can provide some form of
Yeah.
a distraction for a while. You know, I wanted to we've been going like pretty fast for the past few sessions, so I wanted to like give the players a new like kind of like free roam thing where we can kind of chill and have them have a chance to do what they want to do and go talk to people they want to talk into that aren't necessarily like immediately related to like a scheme or something. So yeah, as a way to like slow down and get some character development in, which so far I have been enjoying quite a lot. Having a grand old time, it is very welcome. Wonderful, wonderful. Your streams bring a lot of comfort. Aw, I'm so
Aw.
glad.
That's so nice.
That's
to
wonderful
say.
to hear. That's so nice to say. Yeah, no. I love how we I don't remember the number, but like this feels very much like the session when we were doing a therapy session with Bench, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like it's all sitting around in rooms and talking, but goddamn,
yeah.
goddamn the tension.
Thank you for the stream. It rocks. Aw, thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love that.
Love the Skeleman who do podcast.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Big
I'm glad you like
fan.
him. Big fan of the booth.
Hi,
Every-
I'm back.
Yo,
Welcome
we're on
back.
break.
Awesome. Sorry, minor emergency. We had an unexpected spare cat in the house.
What?
Oh.
So now that's in our bathroom until we figure out what the fuck is happening.
Oh,
Um,
well, all right.
on the plus side, she's very sweet and she's very soft.
Oh, she's very friendly. Friendly
think-
enough
I
to
think,
wander into somebody else's house.
Yeah, I think you just got adopted is what happened.
That's gonna be a problem because Cricket doesn't like other cats.
Oh, jeez. Yep.
Oh god.
Oh my
Yay, free
God.
cat, new cat, get no. That can't be. We're gonna have to figure something. It's fine. This is fine.
Oh my God.
Damn. What a conundrum.
Yeah, hi everybody. How's it going?
How it going? Goodness. So, Brain, you're the master of stress making. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much. That means a lot, actually. The cat is after the rats. Oh no. There's a tense stare down between Madison and Booth. Who knows? She is following them.
Oh, God fucking
She also
bless.
has a gun.
She does. She does possess a gun.
I love that for her and about her. Madison is just perfect. She's wonderful. If anything happens to her because of Booth, there will be hell to pay.
Well,
Wow.
let's hope it doesn't get to that.
What are the odds?
What are the
What are the
odds?
odds they'll try to kill someone?
Yeah, right? Ignore that clock that filled up as soon as he saw the duo come in.
Yeah!
Everything's totally fine.
Everything's totally fine.
Hey, why'd you lose your shit when you saw representatives of somebody tied to like big media? Huh?
We're starting to think that perhaps there's some other circumstances beyond the fact that you're indie, friend.
Hold on a second, I'm beginning to suspect this guy is an indie!
My god. Be careful of those indie content creators, Chad. They'll
Oh.
kill you.
And they'll do it for content.
They'll do it for content.
I am reminded of last night's No Home in Twilight session where Christian did leave us in the catacombs.
Sure did.
What are the odds he does the same trick twice? I mean, that's the thing about indie is that you have to find your niche, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes your niche is just sneaking people into the catacombs and leaving them to die.
If it
Th-
ain't
this
broke,
is his
don't
content.
fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's found the perfect formula for the algorithm.
Every single sub allows me to throw another bucket into the darkness to chum the waters.
Remember, viewers, every bit is a bullet.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, that's Leon's line.
Whoops, if he could handle the Imgur, that would be so powerful. It doesn't
That would
look
be
like it
very
currently.
powerful of
Thank
you guys.
We would owe you.
God for real though. Perfect, love this man.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
The
Welcome back.
Returner.
Sorry for the bad timing. Let's go.
It's all good.
Let's fucking
All right.
go.
Then take us back, my friend.
Don't use that voice.
Hello,
Going back.
it's me, the narrator. I'm here to narrate at you. Oh, thank you for the control of this man.
Blah blah, cool narration, you're in.
Yes, thank you. I walk with the confidence of a man that doesn't know he should be afraid of a lot of different things, but also with a young spirit, a movement, and a cleverness behind it all. As he steps up, moves his way forward, notices the bodyguard once more, looking up there, steps up probably a little bit too close, and then sort of just nods his head, is just like, well, there you are. Thanks for coming out in short notice.
The bodyguard sort of like, he kind of just like looks down at you and kind of just grunts in your general direction as the lady sort of puts herself forward. I must admit that I was quite surprised. What seems to be the problem?
Oh, well, it's not really like a problem or anything for me and what we're doing, but I just thought it'd be something that you might want to know. I got a little bit of a follow-up on your little problem I've heard you've been having.
A follow-up?
He's concerning. Well, I mean, of course. He kind of turns on over. There's a couple of people here. He kind of gestures on over to the crate in the corner.
Of course. Lead the way.
He takes on over here. He kind of pulls out one of the magazines and flips it a little bit rather nonchalantly as he waits.
She sort of the bodyguard makes kind of like a wall of flesh as she sort of steps in this improvised little private little cove. It's interesting. As soon as this happened, you see a bunch of people, including the ghosts in the area, kind of wander away. Like almost like this is the kind of scene that is not only very let's say what's the term? Very common, but respected in a place like this one.
So I fucking love Tux territory so much. Anyways, it was just one of the, something going on in Gate 13.
Oh,
That's right. I'm gonna know you're
please
interested.
share.
He kind of
I
considers,
am.
and I know you've been having problems with one Osman Eftelim.
Can you roll to do for me?
Yeah.
As you drop that name.
Mm-hmm. All right, sure thing. Let me. All right, hold on. Let's fucking do this. Roll to do. Simple.
Ooh, lovely. So, she keeps a complete poker face. The thing that happens does not come from her, but from the bodyguard. He shifts uncomfortably, almost like poking at his ribs.
Okay. As he continues in that case, as he just kind of like shifts around. It's like, I thought I'd get more of a reaction from you, Sophie.
Then you get a reaction. While I appreciate the gumption, we are not that familiar, Mr. K.
Maybe one day. But all the same, he kind of shifts
Not if you
around.
continue with that attitude. She crosses her legs.
He kind of stops. Sorry. But he kind of clears his throat as he kind of shifts his attention a little bit, and he's like, he came onto the district with a bunch of people. Started talking to the local church there. I have it on good authority that it looks like they're giving chase.
Giving chase. That's interesting. Have they made any moves or demanded any information towards us?
He shifts his attention a little bit as he's well, you see, that's the thing that kind of it's interesting, because when they started talking about what they were doing and all the terms and stuff, and again, I'm just have this on good information, kind of shifts. They were talking a lot about you guys going in here. That's some kind of talk about, I don't know, something like, sounds like they were brushing up a city council or something about something. But all the same, it seems like they've got something there moving.
She sort of like arcs an eyebrow, moving, like a package of some sort.
Yeah, some kind of package. And for some reason, it seemed like there was some kind of tie. I'm not sure what's up with that. But all I do know is that with all this talk about them coming on into the district, they seem to be offering to maybe help Gate 13 with some problems in exchange for them getting a little help with some of their own problems they've been having, including you guys. There's a follow-up, and that's just kind of weird to me, because I thought, he kind of shifts his attention, looks at her, that, like, I wasn't really thinking any of that was going to happen. I thought everything was going smoothly with you guys after we were going to start working out with, kind of gestures around the district. Seems like a lot of information that, it's a lot of trouble for Tuck,
Everything should be just fine as long as the talks continue. I'm sure that Gate 13 will be more than happy when both we and Tug the Fuck get rid of the bloody bulls for them. I'm sure all bad blood will be forgiven.
Except that blood.
As far as Nephilim himself, well, as far as I understand, he is mostly interested in his own district and whatever that package is, and I don't intend on stepping over boundaries that way. So it should be good. Everyone stays in their lane.
He considers that, even if he knows?
She kind of thinks about it. And like, you can tell, I can give me a roll to do there.
Sure. Alright, let me roll here.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
So, whatever happens behind her fucking eyeballs, you're not sure, but you can definitely see the gears turning. The one thing that I'll give you for free is that the gears are turning on what seems to be a larger scale than what just this conversation would be.
Mm-hmm.
As she kind of just speaks up. I believe at this point, even if he knew, no, it would not be a problem for me specifically.
He kind of thinks, nods his head a little bit. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm glad actually, one moment. Let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna twist the gears in my brain a little bit.
Mm-hmm. While you're having a moment of hesitation,
Yes.
she kind of continues, sort of like changing the direction that her legs are crossed, and kind of goes, "Mr. K, if I may be so bold, you have grown quite an attitude ever since you started getting those talks going between us and Tuck the Fuck. Should I
remind you why you're still alive?
He suddenly shrinks back a bit, and some of that niceness that he's associated with kind of comes back. My apologies. I just trying to make things work out, you know? I'm not really in the matter of like trying to force anything. If that's how it seems, I'm really sorry, but it's just a matter of we gotta move quick, you know? And I'm trying to be quick, be snappy.
She kind of looks at you. You can see some suspicion in her eyes. I must admit, Mr. K, while I am deeply thankful for the current diplomatic talks that you've gotten us into, you might do good to remember who got you to that church that day
Oh
and
boy.
fix your priorities. You're
Shifts
not
around.
working for Tuck the Fuck anymore.
He kind of shifts around. There's an obvious discomfort that's settling in on his face. You're right. Yeah. My apologies, Miss Toscano. I definitely will make sure to keep that in mind. And as for this other stuff, I'll here, you know what? I'll take care of it myself. It won't even be a problem.
She kind of thinks about that, again eyeing you up. How about this? Let's have a little rendezvous point while you think about how to tackle that problem. And Ben over here, she gestures towards the bodyguard, will meet up with you as you take care of that business.
Rendezvous point. Yeah. I can do something like that. That's not a big deal.
Tomorrow?
He kind of thinks. Tomorrow? Yeah, sure, tomorrow.
Wonderful.
He kind of shifts his attention a little bit. All right. I hope the information's been helpful, though.
It has been. You've done a wonderful job. Now,
Thank you.
what I need you to do
Yes.
is make sure of what the attentions of that Nephilim fellow are. You're gonna stop bringing up the city council as a whole. We're not
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about that.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna have this wonderful alliance with Tuck the Fuck all in order and get rid of that annoying Talbot fellow.
Journal pulled out with the Talbot fellow. Yes. And what do they want to do to Talbot?
I'll tell you. Chuck Talbot is the
Yes,
leader
the
of
leader of
Bloody
the Blast
Bolt.
Bulls, and they want to get rid of him, and that's confirmed. And yes, I was aware, and I'm just pulling this out. I'm taking my notes, man. All right.
And considering that you are the fulcrum of this whole operation, I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He kind of shifts his attention. In fact, everything's already going according to plan. And as far as, kind of leans over, as far as city council and all that's concerned, this conversation never happened.
It sure didn't. I'm glad you understand.
Absolutely. What conversation? I don't even remember anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like taps his head and like looks around. Oh, Miss Sophia, nice to meet you here. Anyways, he pops up and he stops, and there's like a moment of terror in his face. Miss Toscano, my apologies.
Mm-hmm. Well, off to work now. You have a lot to do.
I do, yeah. I'll thank you.
Can you roll to do for me as you leave?
Sure thing. Let's see. Let me just open my sheet again.
Ooh.
Ooh. You manage to walk slowly just enough to and like focus just well enough while you're reaching other people and the sort of like cacophony of their conversations, right? You still manage to hear her as you notice that she gets on the phone and sort of like kind of just goes, yes, yes, it's me. Delay the next shipment, please. Wonderful.
Who?
Interesting.
Okay. The next ship. Okay. So, as I sort of walk away, I kind of go over here, and I kind of shake a bit, and I sort of walk out. And the moment I'm past these doors,
Mm-hmm.
my demeanor shifts almost entirely. I reach for my phone, pull it out. I make a call to Welch.
Oh,
Oh
that's fascinating.
God.
You know
okay.
what? This cutscene was supposed to be later,
Yeah.
but
This
I
is
think we're gonna do it now.
simultaneous. Yeah.
I think we're gonna do it now. Okay, let me get my notes together just to make sure I'm not fucking up. Okay.
Christian, you're so fucking smart.
Okay. Let me just get there myself. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay. All right. And then the phone rings, and the camera almost plunges into the cybersphere, the whole network of connections following the call. But it also leaves it behind to a degree, accelerating, arriving to its destination before the call proceeds. In the catacombs. Just a little further. We're almost there. You said this 10 minutes ago. Are you sure you know where we're going? Of course! The skeleton clown stops, checking the surroundings. Vibration from Brendan Welch's coat. In this moment of distraction, Owen Booth reaches for something in his jacket. However, despite the distraction, Brandon Welch, clocking the movement, pushes his savior to the side, taking the nectar shot instead of her. He falls to the ground, bleeding even more than before, on the precipice of death but still breathing.
Ha! Wowee! You're a tough son of a bitch, aren't you, big guy?
Glory, run!
Oh, none of that.
The skeleton shoots again, this time hitting his target in the leg.
Ah! Shit! Yeah, I got big bucks hanging on your head, miss, and I intend to collect. But first, you're gonna tell me how you managed to...
Suddenly, from behind the wounded girl, a shot of energy flies at the skeleton. I will roll something in secret. Ooh. The shot of energy flies towards the skeleton and lands on his shoulder.
Ah! Shit!
Madison Hill, revealing herself, immediately sort of taunts him. Your excuse was flimsy, Booth, as the skeleton does a combat roll behind this crate.
As flimsy as your aim, Miss Hill.
Shots fly above the wounded and the dying, and the camera fades to black. Bench, no one answers your phone.
I think about that. I try to call again. This is important.
No one answers your phone.
Bench looks at that phone number, narrows his eyes about it. he has a thought. Let me roll the die really quick.
Mm-hmm.
As let me just drop swing. Roll the die. Okay. I see. So instead, he calls Peter.
Oh. You call Peter. Picks up almost immediately. Hey, how's it going?
Hey there. I just had a question, and then something I need from you.
Uh-huh.
First off, do you know where Welch is?
Last time I checked, he was on his way to, I think, District 42.
District
I haven't had
42.
news since, I must admit.
My mind goes back. I made a call about somewhere in District 42, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where he was going?
I think it was something about the job that you gave him.
Oh, really? Something's not right. Something's putting Bench on edge here, and he can't quite put his finger on it. He shifts his attention slightly as he thinks, well, thank you for that. Peter, could I
Right.
meet you in Gate 13? It's important.
Uh,
For your sake, I assure you.
Ominous, but alright.
You know
I'll
how
show
I
up.
am. I hate talking on the phone.
Makes sense, makes sense. Sure. I'll make my way there.
All right, thank you. I'll see you soon. Hangs up the
Sure.
phone, thinks for a few moments, contemplates, prepares to make a call again, calling Captain McCarthy.
Ooh, okay. Oh, hold on. I have an actual map for that. I just need to find it. Oh God, where are you?
God, you're making so many big plays
This is
with
so
just a
fucking
phone
sick.
call.
We're gonna go over
Holy
here.
shit.
We're gonna go.
We're seeing the anatomy of an average bench phone call.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I'm gonna go and fetch the
Motherfucker's
guy.
got legs.
Where are you? Need to find you. Captain McCarthy. There you go. There you are. We're gonna put you here. The phone rings, and the captain picks up.
On the other end, there's heavy breathings. Sorry, I kept you waiting so long, boss.
Ricky G! Where are you, boy?
It was
Are
a
you
trap,
alright?
wasn't it?
A trap? What is happening, boy? Where are you?
He switches his attention down. I'm at. He kind of considers it. I'm at District 42. I'm trying to follow up. I'm looking around. Your boys, did they interfere? Did they intercede?
Yes, I sent a team. We did get some of them, but some of them escaped. I don't know who those fuckers are, but they're definitely sporting our colors.
Shit. He kind of considers that too. Damn it. He kind of like shifts his attention. Any idea where they went?
We only saw some traces, some brochures about 3 different places. One of them was District 42, where you are. I assume that's why you're there.
Yeah. And the others?
Gate 13 and an agricultural district.
Agricultural district, huh? Guess I gotta check that out. Boss! He kind of switches attention. I don't have time. I wish I could explain more. All I can say is, whatever you do, don't trust the men who are speaking about their wives and brothers.
What the fuck does that mean?
And I assume you click the phone chat.
On the other end.
Ricky G!
Gate 13, huh? Now, which? He shifts his attention back, kind of wondering. You wouldn't usually always answer a second phone call. You are a punctual man like that. Unless... He contemplates to himself. Either you're in trouble, or there's a place where you can't receive a call. In either case, you'd be down, wouldn't you? See. He contemplates, and then he starts heading his way back to gate 13. He steps into a corner, dips somewhere out of sight where no one will see him, rips off the fucking Peter costume, and immediately starts dipping his way back to the district.
Let's go.
Lovely. I will give you something.
Mm-hmm.
If you burn the non-stop Bob favor, you can get there really fucking fast.
One more phone call. Bob, it's me.
What's up, fucker? It's been a while.
I've been able to deal with my problems pretty well. He kind of shifts around as he looks, I'm by, okay. I'm off Spine Avenue, over on gate 4. I need to get to gate 13. I need to get there in under an hour. Under 10 minutes, if possible.
I'm on my way, buddy. Prepare a fucking bag. Most of the clients that asked for this throw up after 2 minutes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I love him
All right.
so much.
Throwing on the nitro. Let's
Crossing
go.
off my non-stop Bob favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll need to
All
earn
right.
that back. That's very useful.
It's really
Fascinating.
good.
Mm.
Fascinating. Okay, cool. Meanwhile,
I feel like I already know the answer to this question, but is he going to tell anyone else about what the fuck is going on?
You don't have a phone, sorry. I feel like he'd call Madison, but that's not gonna help either.
yeah.
He probably does try to call
663,
somebody
we
like,
need to
yeah.
get you a fucking phone. We need to get you a fucking plan.
No. Don't worry, the integrity of the away scenes are maintained right now. Feel free to do whatever you'd like. No, you have moral plausibility.
Fuck me. Okay.
Yeah, I need to.
I
need
burned
to
a
get
favor.
full.
I'll handle it. It's okay.
God.
I'm gonna let Daddy Bench handle this. He's got it.
Okay. Oh wait, yeah. Of course, you fucking dragged Mouse with you,
Yeah, oh yeah,
Of
100%.
course.
obviously. So I will get Mouse there. You know what? I'll just put Mouse next to 66B in my character select.
You really
Let's
should.
go.
Yeah.
Let me get back to the right place. Apologies, I'm particularly slow today.
You're good.
Um,
Oh, could you double check if it's the updated B token in the?
It will be, it
character
will be.
select? Okay.
Yeah, it will be, it will be. Here we go. This one. There we go. I was like, what the fuck? Put you here.
God, there's so much fucking tension.
Nah, there's nothing. You're going to see a cute boy. No tension.
I'm gonna go see a cute boy. There's nothing to be concerned about. Everything's
Nothing
great.
you're concerned about.
Nothing concerned about.
Yeah. So if you can find the office.
Yep.
That's your destination.
Alrighty. So, how was the conversation with Necromancer Nephilim?
Enlightening. I believe I have an approach. I will not go to see the Knights of Ink myself. I think that's a risk. Instead, if possible, I would like to prevail on not only you, but Bench and whoever else might be interested. Perhaps Owen Booth would be interested.
Prevail on us?
Yes. I could use some assistance there. I can't approach them myself or they might kill me.
Uh-huh.
That seems pretty dire.
I do not know if I defected from my night order. I do not know if there's necessarily a warrant on my head. And apparently there's a lot of scary night killers, and they'll just, they'll cut me up like a tin can.
Well,
Okay.
if there was a warrant on your head, right? From what I
Uh-huh.
understand, you've not been particularly discreet.
No. But also,
So they
But
probably
kind of-
would already be here, right?
But also,
What-
I don't have. I'm wearing a suit of armor that technically does not exist. I do not have a head or any discernible features. It would actually be kind of hard to track me, right?
Well, that depends on how aware they are of your current and previous. She makes a gesture at all of you. You've
Yes.
also been very, very, very loudly just announcing your presence and district and location on Boots' multiple streams, multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah, so they would be already here if they was like pursuing, right? So maybe there's nothing to worry about.
That's not really a risk we should be willing to take. And also, apparently, those streams are archived. Which means that if someone should happen to pull that up at a later date, they have a timeline to help track you.
They're nodding. They're nodding. They're nodding.
6XB, do you think knights are very prone to watch the internet?
I don't. I asked Owen Booth if he has fans from outside the city, and it doesn't really sound like it. So
It's pretty far.
So maybe they sort of shrug.
It's just weird to think about someone any amount like Necromancer Nephilim and be like that sort of like big and stoic fellow watching a Booth stream. It's kind of funny if you think about it in the imagery.
Nodding,
Yes.
nodding.
It's very
A
humorous.
very
yes, of course.
big armor and a very tiny laptop.
She just rests her face in both of her hands for a moment.
Yes, it's very funny. However, and granted, take this with a grain of salt. I am not particularly versed in how knights' orders work, and that's probably on purpose because they tend to be incredibly secretive when they aren't trouncing about taking over operations and territories and terrorizing people by good doing in the most bombastic and ridiculous way possible. She kind of shakes her head. However, just because they themselves would not be prone to searching through VODs and things doesn't mean that they don't have others within their employ or order that are for that purpose.
They turn around and they're like, yes, he did share thoughts of a night killer. Yes, it does seem like information is one of their areas of specialty. They've sort of paused and they like repeatedly stare back over at the door. If it's okay, I'm going to pop inside for a second.
You... Why?
Call it a hunch? They turn and actually shift towards Bittersweet Limbo.
Looks like there's no one there.
Yes. They're gonna squint. Okay. Here's the test. They pass by. They press themselves up against the window. This place is supposed to be open right now. With the 17, they're gonna... They actually stop. Yo, is there any blood?
Blood in Bittersweet Limbo? No.
Yeah.
Ooh, because
No.
Welch was in there.
Yeah, Welch was dragged.
Oh
through
yeah,
the-
right. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. There
Mhm.
would be blood. There would be blood. Yeah. A sort of like tiny like trickle on the outside of the door leading in. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Good
no.
fucking catch. Didn't even think of that.
They stopped by. It's why they stopped in the middle of the conversation and they're like, wait a second.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Didn't even think of that. Yeah. Good fucking catch.
They sort of pause and they like look down and they're like, I think your concerns are indeed warranted, but I see blood.
Oh.
Blood.
Are you sure it's not like
Oh.
ketchup?
Hmm.
Kneels down.
All right, Mouse. First of all, your fingers don't go near that. Second of all, you do
Already has a finger dipped in it.
All right, that stays away from your face. Second of all, you how do you not know?
Slowly.
No, put it down. How do you not know the difference in viscosity between ketchup and blood? They are two very different things.
Is the door locked?
The door's not locked.
That's your house. I would hope you have a key.
6B opens the door and goes inside.
All right, let me get you
Follows.
guys. Let me get you guys inside Bittersweet Limbo. It's fucking funny.
I am so sorry if this distracts from if you want to go talk to Ray rather than follow
No.
the literal blood trail. I can above table. I can give you so many outs. But
No.
above table, if we want to solve a fucking mystery, let's fucking go.
I'm here to Scooby Doo the shit out of this. Also, Ray's gonna be stuck in his punishment box all day. He's not moving anywhere.
Yeah, he is not
I'll get to
moving.
that eventually.
Okay, cool.
There is
cool.
no escape.
I didn't want to cuck you of your Ray time with Scooby Doo mysteries. We
No,
literally just
no.
walked by the door and I'm like, I bet there's blood in there.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. No, this is perfect. This
Okay,
is
fantastic.
wonderful.
In that
Kinda
six.
weird that it's open too, considering it's empty.
Squinting. It's interesting. The blood pools almost in such a way like it is being funneled towards a singular location and driven into a boot or other shoe. Likely whoever was bleeding here was wounded and they were brought inside and, it doesn't seem like they were brought deeper into the location to convalesce. Instead, walks, follows.
Thankfully, there's not much of it, but it's just enough to be a little bit alarming
Yeah.
if someone is indeed wounded and losing blood for them to stay in that state for too long.
Yeah. And it's like that thing of like when you're walking even with a light wound and it's a blood trail, when you like walk over it or around it it smudges outwards.
Yeah.
And 6B like looking down at this like they're traveling on a wound for some reason. And it's bad enough to be leaving an active blood trail.
You know what? Give me, all of you, give me some rolls to do.
Mouse, it's your time!
Can I actually assist the Bloodhound instead? I wanna.
Mouse is also gonna do that, so you get 2d6s on top
Okay.
of that too.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Oh,
31!
lovely.
Let's go.
31. So, couple of things. One, indeed, it smudges. The thing that within the smudging, you think that there is two different types of shoes. One of them is very like boot-like, and the other one feels way more like women's fashion. But they're like kind of like in the same movement, which is kind of weird.
Whoever it was, they were either receiving help or being dragged away. Interesting. They pull themselves through the door and continue on, more eagerly pursuing the trail.
Let me get you back up there. God, that's funny. Okay. You find yourself over here.
We have a free roam session and we all wind up converging on the same location. Look at that.
This is beautiful.
They're gonna follow along. Give me a direction.
Northeast.
Northeast. Wait. Continue to travel.
Wow, it'd be crazy if it heads over to that random little.
That'd be absolutely nuts if it headed towards the catacombs. They drag themselves forwards, and it intensifies here. Like, they temporarily waited, stopped in the same location. The pooling and coagulation is more intense. They had other people with them. Madison is missing. Mouse,
Yeah.
can I borrow your phone?
Yeah.
Does
of
Mouse
course.
have his phone?
Of course, I have my phone. I'm pretty sure.
Roll for luck, please. Oh my
He
god.
does. He has
Oh!
I'm so proud.
The phone hammer!
Here you go.
66B will rapidly call Madison.
No answer.
They consult the bench in their brain. How many
As
times-
you, that's so funny. As you do that, as you just finish trying to call, you hear like what is essentially a crash in the distance, and some like loud noises and techno music. As eventually a silhouette comes into view, lightly jogging.
Yes, just like a light jog as he steps forward. Reaches.
Really more
The
of a
only
power
out of
walk.
place thing is he has a gun in his hand, and he stops and he looks at these three. Huh. We really need to get you a phone. Come on.
Oh, are you also on the blood? Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you know Madison was this way?
He's already fucking gone.
Yeah, he's already
He went
in.
down-
Fucking!
he went down immediately.
You make your way down, and it's funny. It's a reverse Scooby-Doo chase, where instead of running from the monster, we are running at it. And Bench, you take the lead for a short period of time before 66B actually, with their quick speed, outspeeds you and then starts to lead you in the direction of the blood trail they've been following.
Oh, wonderful.
Is there any? Actually, you know what? B's gonna possess your cape, 66B.
That's
She's
so
hitching
smart!
a ride.
Oh yeah.
66B will grab Mouse and Bench if Bench is
Hoist
willing and
the
run
boys.
with them.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We're gonna move our way
love
down.
this.
That's
Fucking
hilarious.
clown shit.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just imagining 66B having like one guy under each
Yeah!
arm and Bench just like counting out bullets in his gun, just like checking the chamber and shit. Just, like
Spectral
very
B.
nonchalant.
Spectral B literally made out of mists in the background. No, it's such a striking image, actually.
This is beautiful. I love this so much.
Oh, this is a beautiful thing.
Squad
Beautiful
goals, let's
fucking
go.
thing. Squad goals. You know what? Let's go with. Fuck it. Let's go with this. You manage to make your way down into the catacombs, following the blood. Thankfully, it doesn't. It seems that it's still somewhat fresh. They can't be far. You retrace your steps. This is the exact same passage that you used to go towards your own operation. Familiar terrain, easy to move through. You quicken the pace before you start to hear sobbing, and I will
Oh no.
shift ping you. If you, honestly, they're not trying to be quiet, so you
Yeah.
just hear in the distance, damn it, it's all my fault.
Why does this keep happening?
I round the corner, and I see Welch on the ground, covered with blood, the sobbing. I slowly approach, and I kind of pick up speed, and I push down low, put down the gun, and then reach and try to feel for a pulse.
Nothing.
We need to get him to the church.
I strip around, get him to the church.
Nods,
Hang on.
picks him up.
I pull up. William.
Oh, you pull up your phone, contact William. Yes, Crane speaking.
There's a body. We need you now. We're bringing it up to the church. Do you have the ability to bring someone back?
I do. By the time you're here, get Mouse also.
Mouse is with us.
66B turns, looks at Mouse, looks at the body, looks between the two of you. Whoever did this is still down here. Make sure that they don't escape. I will handle Welch. I want to protect. I want to save people. They think about the code and creed from earlier. Pick up Brandon Welch and nod, and we'll grab Mouse and leave.
Well, give you control.
Before that happens, I turn over to Madison. Madison, what happened?
You look at Madison. She is also wounded, although a lot less bad, obviously. It seems that her good arm that she shoots with is, although unusable at the moment. That bastard Owen Booth decided to do something. I don't know exactly what. He tried to get those two down, and I think tried to kill her specifically. She points towards Chloe. She's just fucking unconsolable.
Yeah. Hang on. 66B!
They pause.
He's supposed to be with their body.
Oh. 66B pauses and thinks.
He actually said something about that. He said that a cave-in of some sort was trouble. He couldn't. You two couldn't reach back gate 13, and you had to take a detour. And he said you got separated.
66B has a split second. They almost. It's not like it's not a startling revelation to them. They simply weigh the life that they hold in their hands right now, something that has just gone cold, and they look over and sort of understand the reality of what must have happened. If he did this, then without a doubt, he is likely disposed of that body. He's likely disposed of the body that's cradled them up to this point. And with a minimal red and a maximum blue, they feel a prickle. Anger, revenge, something that boils itself to the surface and feels nasty in their mouth, but that fades rapidly. If indeed that shell is gone, they'll be happy for one thing, that it carried them to this point. What matters right now is saving the life immediately in front of them. They sigh, exhale, let the sensation pass, and the nightly code does not win out this day. Instead, empathy does. They smile. If you find that body of mine, I would appreciate having it back. They force a smile. That thing is more precious to them than their own life.
All right.
They nod, and they take Brandon Welch away. Oh man, my character's coming together.
Cool. Your character's so cool is what it is. I shift my attention. I get down on one knee and sort of rest an elbow on that knee, and I reach out, take my hat off, and put it on my heart. Ma'am, my name is Dr. Ben. Please, if you can, he will be okay. We're taking him to the church. It's a good thing we caught him when we did. We should be able to bring him back. But he kind of shifts his attention.
I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. It keeps happening. I tried to warn him.
You say it's your fault. I would like to know what happened to for him to try to bring you here? Please.
He said that he was wounded. He said that he needed a doctor and that he knew one that was close by. I think it was
Out of my
you.
head. Yes. We are
She
good friends.
has a moment of realization and sort of jumps back to her feet. You can't stay close to me. You can't stay close to me. It's gonna happen to you too.
He kind of stands up as he immediately kind of like moves over this way a bit as he talks. No worries. Please. You have to understand. He kind of considers, I'm not sure what type of situation has brought you here. It seems as though you've been followed by death at every step. But he kind of puts up his hands and like, do you know where you are right now?
I think I'm under gate 13.
That's right. And in Gate 13, things work differently. There's a plus from B. I'd like to
Yeah.
toss it over to you now.
B's expression softens a little bit. What's your name?
It's. She places a hand on her forehead. She is sweating heavily, breathing heavily. I can't tell you. The
okay.
more you know, the more dangerous it is. They keep following me and they ask anyone I meet. I have to go.
Who? There's a moment. She stops herself.
Please, just let me go. I have to go. You're all in danger.
Whatever danger you think that we're in, or you're going to bring us into, I can almost guarantee we're already there. The more information we have going into this, the more prepared we will be to handle it and to help you. I understand that Welch was trying to help you as well. I understand that he got hurt. But we are not him.
I don't know him that well. I managed to get him out of a very bad situation. He said he owed me his life, and he said he could help. She sort of slinks back to the ground, defeated.
It's okay. Our necromancer in the church here, he's going to help him. It will be fine.
Until now, ma'am. He kind of considers, perhaps what you need is to disappear for a little while. Is that right? To let the trail run cold.
I do. I need to go. Disappear. Find a place to hide.
He kind of raises up his hand and then reaches in and pulls out a little business card. And gives it to her. The name on there is Jason Monet. Call the second number on this card. Someone can meet you upstairs to take you to a building in the district with no entrance. No one should be able to follow you there. We can talk later and maybe get a longer-term solution.
In this moment, you can see her hesitate. I'm not even going to make your roll. Accepting help at this point for this woman is quite the decision. It's going to need some convincing. If you let her go with just this, she's going to disappear.
I assume so, yes. As he shifts, he's holding the card still. He's not trying to force it. It's just hanging there as an option that holds in the air. As he looks across him, how much do I want to say here?
Actually, while you think, Madison sort of pipes up and kind of goes, "Lady, I took a shot for you. It's at least polite to take the business card."
Fucking love Madison.
Right. She fucking shakily takes the business card. It doesn't change much in terms of the decision that she has to make, but at least she has it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to shift his attention. He takes it. I'm going to be blunt with you now. You must think I am a kind soul, a passing friend who wants to give a hand to someone he sees in trouble. That is not the case. I stare directly at her. I am a businessman. We do business. And you gotta see, are someone that my compatriot thought it was useful to save. I am down a friend right now. I want to make that worth it. For the risk, for the possibility of losing something very treasured. This is purely transactional. If something bad happened to me as a result of it, it would simply be a matter of bad business. And in a similar vein, I'm not going to let you leave until you've repaid that debt. It sounds like you have found many kind souls on your path here. I stared at her directly. I am not one of them.
Oh, damn!
Damn, that's kind of hot.
Oh, fucking killing it, bro.
She takes a step back and another, almost ready to just fucking book it, looks quickly in the direction away from you, realizes that that's also the direction he went, realizes she's trapped. She breathes heavily, tries to calm down. I think I have no choice. Okay.
He nods his head. That's correct. He looks directly at her. I know I might be scaring you right now, but please consider. You have met many nice people along this path, it sounds, and they've all gotten hurt. You might need something else to shake whatever's chasing you off.
It may also be worth it to find someone a little less kind to make those souls worth it.
Okay.
Whatever is following you is obviously not something to be taken lightly. And if that something is going to be coming into our district, we will take care of it.
Okay. Okay. Right. My name is Chloe Thorpe. And you can tell, it's taking a lot of effort. A lot of effort for her to manage to say anything, manage to say what she has to say.
Mm-hmm.
She gathers her wits, gathers her breath. I was the personal secretary and friend of Stuart Field, the CEO of Instant Insight, and I'm the only person that knows he was assassinated. And we're gonna cut there. We're ended here.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay.
That's so right. Oh, Welch, I hope you live. You're a good fucking person to know.
Bro, I'm getting him back as fast as physically possible.
Oh, shit be accelerating.
What a normal low-key wander around the district.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
today was just about like hanging out and talking
Yeah,
to our
yeah.
doorbells and de-stressing.
Oh, that was so fucking raw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
However,
God. Oh
we don't
God.
stop quite there.
Oh wait, fuck. Okay, hold on. I'm bringing us back.
Ah!
Let me just get that shit right. No, not that one. Trying to find the right track for this.
You keep doing this. You keep
You know what?
losing them.
This one. Deeper into the dark. A wounded skeleton stumbles forward within the silence of the catacombs.
Shit! Fuck! Stupid! Stupid! Let the adrenaline take over. Went too fast. Stupid! Stupid!
Makes his way, stumbling, turns the corner towards a little bit more safety, a place hidden away. As he does, he stops, looking forward.
You're a tough son of a bitch, aren't you?
And that's where we end.
Oh, fuck.
6'6" body about to get his entire ass.
Oh, dear God.
We will have many things to talk about in the week leading to the next session.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
That was awesome.
I'm glad you guys had fun. Sorry it was a little bit less like fluid as usual, but like yeah.
I disagree. That was fluid as
was-
fuck, and that
was
flowed
great.
straight into it. It felt like that narrative emerged. You know?
Yeah, no, it did. It absolutely did. Like it was supposed to go a very different way. And
That was so
we,
fucking
but,
hype.
yeah.
That-
No, I'm liking where we're going, honestly.
Yeah, sim.
It feels like everything started out as like a nice little, oh, we're tubing down the river and we're just having a nice little time, and now it's whitewater rafting,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
still having a blast.
Oh, I'm holding on.
It's
to
just
this.
not what I
That
was
was great.
expecting.
Oh, that was so fucking sick.
Oh my god, hi chat.
Oh
The
my
session
god.
flew
hi.
by. It's
Hi,
only
chat.
been 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Hello, chat.
It's a shorter one, but I'm gonna be honest, this was the perfect time to end
Yeah.
it.
It
So.
Holy
It was
shit.
perfect.
Oh my fucking god. Good fucking session, everyone. So,
Yes.
we have fan art. With,
Oh my
We
God,
have
we do.
fan. Oh my
anchor
god.
Put together by Whoops this week. Thank you so much.
Ooh,
lovely,
y'all.
thank you.
Let me go over to the fan. Holy shit, guys. Oh my god. Okay.
God, things are. Oh man. Oh, you found Chloe Thorpe. Oh man, she's
Yeah.
accelerating.
I'm so happy. My boy.
Oh,
We not only found her, but we stopped her from running away like a scared cat.
You stopped her
Yes.
from running away, and you stopped her from dying as well.
Yes.
Because full honesty, if it wasn't for like the giant fucking footsteps and of like the crowd just running in, that skeleton wasn't running away; was finishing the job.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I wouldn't. I remember when I said I'm not gonna fuck you over. I lied.
I can't believe this.
Oh
I
my
can't believe you
God.
would lie to us, you, Britain.
Holy
No, it wasn't that
shit.
bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't gonna be that bad, but it was gonna be very, very different, and without like essentially like a Owen booth that would be way more loose but undiscovered, and essentially a wounded Madison and Brandon trying to find their way back, and a missing Chloe Thorpe. But that's not what we
Jesus.
got today.
Oh, I'm so
I
hyped.
I
We got a
can't believe
different situation.
I can't believe Booth is actually fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck his name is. That's crazy.
It's fucking wild. Okay.
Yeah, motherfucker. I can just say at this point,
Yeah.
motherfucker was here for her specifically.
Makes
great.
sense.
Yeah, no shit.
And he
Makes
was
fucking sense.
basically on the track of her through the catacombs and trying to see if she was around this part, as this would be one of the best places to hide.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was investigating under the guise of being a streamer. So.
Bitch ass.
Remember Jay when I told you,
Yeah.
yeah, oh my god, the fact that you zeroed in on him specifically,
Oh.
right? Like, God, that was so good. Sorry, please, fan art. Sorry.
We just we gotta find out who he fucking works
We
for.
got-
We gotta find out who he. Okay, that's next one. We got a lot to talk about. Starting
Yes,
with
anyways.
fan art.
So, what did you need to discuss in private?
Father is hair envious and in this church.
This is so funny. 1 over and 2 down. Yes, the knight's position to strike if needed. Well played. Well played indeed. That's so funny. From yeah.
Okay.
I see you cut off the sleeves. Fair.
Oh my god.
What was that? Oh.
This is I love the names that you've given all the stats here. This is a Disco Elysium breakdown of 66B, head yearning, blunt and night. That's so
Amazing.
sick. From BH Behemoth.
Oh, but I had my eyes on it for so long. You hesitated to buy, and that was the only grenade launcher in stock.
Yo,
a man.
fucking go.
Lovely.
From BH Behemoth.
This room may be a little small for this many bodies. The present ghost company excluded, of course.
Of course.
If we had a few more, we could make a boy band. Dibs on being the sensitive one.
From Whoops.
It's too cold for a booth window.
Very cold. Ghost cold. Amazing.
Your doctor. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
True though.
It's
God,
peak.
My Rolodex.
I need him to have one of those on his desk. I need that to just
Oh my god.
exist.
Yeah.
Oh my
There are
God.
phone numbers, you young people.
This was absolutely fucking wonderful. Everyone, get ready for more exciting shit in the future very clearly. Bryn, thank you for GMing such a fucking wonderful session.
Thank you for playing with
Oh,
me,
there's
all of
one
you.
more. There's one more apparently.
Oh, one more.
what?
What?
Back to fan art. You caught me at the perfect. Quick, put Brandon inside my armor.
There's always room for
Rudy's room for one more.
God. The 66B expanded compartment tech.
Okay. Y'all are the best. See you again next week. Goodbye, chat.
Bye bye.